All right, hey everybody. We're going to be doing a late night SFT today after scrubbing out of the earlier Turin event. We kind of AFK'd with Wood Elves against Nurgle because we were very focused on the cast. And then we died with like a 2k gold lead. But we redeemed ourselves on Turin's stream later, crushing the same Nurgle opponent. So now we're playing Lizards. Lizards are pretty like BC tier, but I like them a lot. They're fun, and they just got some buffs. So we'll give them a shot, see how they do. I think the tournament is about to start. Let's see. We're just looking at Turin stream, tournaments. And what we're trying to work on today is streaming and not sucking. So right now I don't really have that down, but we'll figure it out, you know? It's a learning process. It's part of the fun. And I think what I need to do is like have a good RTS loop where I look in a circle effectively while I'm playing. And then I think I can perform a lot better because I like won't miss stuff. So hopefully that works out. We'll see. We'll see. It might. Just gonna post a quick stream link. Streaming late night SFT with lizards. Come join. I go over to Vermin League. Make sure our link works. Link looks good. Cool, cool. All right. Lord Shaftesbury is our opponent. Let's go find Lord Shaftesbury. Tournament chat. We up, sir. Okay, how's it going? Shaft. Shaftesbury says, hey, hey. We got to see what all got buffed. Warhammer Total War patch notes. Yeah, I did not hear no bell tabeth. Also, hey, B6. Yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm like, we're playing video games. Also, lizards got buffs. I love lizards. I've been playing lizards since they came out. Saurus had been like pretty haggard for a while, but I think the Warhammer Total War patch notes 622. I think the extra MA might be enough to push them over into viability again. They kind of go about like even with Mark Chaos Warriors, maybe like slightly down, which is acceptable where I come from. Lizards have one of the better mobility and shooting suites in the game right now. All right, what do we got? So Skink Chief buffed, also can take Colossal Strike. There's some hilarious things we can do here. Just with like roiding up the stats on top of the stats. Yeah, B6. 110 MA and 85 bonus versus large. We'll see if we can get that in here at some point. What else? Okay, so all his mounts are a little bit cheaper, not a big deal. Saurus Old Blood's a little bit better. Old Blood on mount, also a little bit better. These are all like incremental. Croxagore Ancient, better. Croak, maybe we'll throw Croak in there at some point. Pterodon, these are all pretty small buffs. The Saurus Warrior buff is big. 3 MA is actually a lot for this unit. It looks like the spears didn't get it, so just the clubs. The Sacred Crocs, I like that. We're definitely going to be running some Feral Stags. That was the biggest buff. And then they nerfed the big boys. Okay. Okay. Good enough. Tabith, every time you leave, they're buffing the High Elves again. Okay, Shaftesbury's in. Oh, is he also playing lizards? Holy shit. Did you also go lizards? Okay, what are these maps? What is going on? There's some cool new maps. Altar of Hashut. Altar of Champions. Oh boy, we got the lizard mirror. Let's go. We're doing lizard kite. The only way to beat lizard kite in the lizard mirror is to lizard kite harder. Let's play Altar of Hashut. Let's play Altar of Hashut. I think that's an open map. All right, we're doing it. So we just go this like anemic front line and then just like a fuck ton of sallies, bunch of skirms, and some cav. What could go wrong? I can't think of anything that they could possibly do that would make this a mistake. We're ready to rock. We got our buffed. We've been taking this Lord a lot. Now it's better. By 50 gold. But hey, you know, these things add up. These things add up. Maybe we'll try Foe Seeker out on it. It's actually pretty good. It like does a lot of damage, ankle shanking things. Okay, so we can take boring but still good nerfed flock, or we can take exciting and fun, harmonic, and something else. Let's do exciting and fun, harmonic, and something else. Uranans and they're probably not playing Rippers, so we won't take this. And this is basically to just nug their cav. That's our game plan there. Okay, so we cut that. I guess they buffed Carnosaur. Let's take a Carnosaur. Why not? We want to try the new units. I don't think horned ones are that good. We do. I guess we're taking the Carnosaurs or Pterosaurs, so that's fine. And we go. I guess just some more cold ones, sure. Maybe one of these. One of these in case they go for a bunch of clubs. Sure. All right, that looks like a build. Let's give it a shot. Altar of Hashut. What? Hashut. Hashut. Is this the map I thought it was? Oh, is this like the crazy one where you spawn in the middle, or is this like a more reasonable map? I guess we'll find out. I'm just gonna send it. Cool. And no stream blocker. We're playing for fun. I mean, if somebody really wants to look, they can look. Not a big deal. Actually, this should just be 3 of these. Yeah, that's better. That's definitely better. They also buffed the elite infantry, I think. I think the Temple Guard fall into the category where they now... Where's the infantry? Yeah, Temple Guard now have 7 cap weight. That's cool. I guess if he's going to think... I actually want to try... The Carnosaur, I kind of already know how it does. I haven't tried the Feral Stags. I want to try these out. Let's bring a couple. Because we can. I think they'll actually do okay into Cav. So we're going to bring it for that. And let's test our micro out, huh? Let's make it interesting. We'll go for a 4th Sally pack. We are fully committed to them packs. Yeah, cool. This looks like a build. There are units in it. It might work. I've played the Lizard Mirror quite a bit. I think against an opponent who like knows what's going on, they can definitely rush you down if you do this. But if they're not prepared for it, it's pretty devastating. It'll be funny if he goes like some kind of Lord Snipe spell kit and then just kills our like tiny no health Skink Lord. Oh, did that... Chat, do you know if the foot character knockback got applied to melee lords? This is like a really bad build. I guess this is the way to find out. This is a really bad build if he now gets hit by Cav and monsters reliably. As like an added bonus, our Razor is like kind of low battery. So there's the excitement here of, oh, okay, I know this map. There's the excitement of, do we run out of battery mid-game? I don't think we will, though. Okay, so we're just going to put all these on one hotkey. And I think our map strategy is going to be to distract him with one of these to see if we can like draw some attention. And then with the rest, we're just going to go over and take the save point. And then the objective of that is to get him to fight on... basically our save point. And then we'll just kite him to oblivion if he does that. So that would be acceptable. And we're going to put the... Where's the shortest line? I think it's about here. We're going to put those in position to hustle on over. Same with these. And this one skink over here is cheap enough that we can just like use him to distract and see if our opponent is on their toes today. And they went pretty wide. Looks like probably a melee build. We'll see. All right. Let's make sure opponent's ready. What on earth is this deployment? Yes. It's a weird one. Ready, Jelly Jeff. Here we go. Okay. Units, units, units. So we're going to want to get up here, capture the point, and then try to entice him into like a kill zone right here. And our escape route for the Sallies will be over here, where some of the other kite units will go this way. And that should work. We don't have any Vanguard units, so I didn't think about that. I didn't actually realize there was a Vanguard point out here. Hopefully this works. I'm doing some stips that viewers put in a post for vacation, and one of them is to kite with a bunch of Sally packs, so perhaps this will satisfy that. All right, opponent's ready. Here we go. Oh, hello. Shit. All right. He can trade up there. I think we can get out of range. What's he got here? He's got Melkoth Salon. Not a problem. Those are not camos. Okay, so we'll send... If he wants to trade here, this is going to be pretty advantageous for us, so we can just yeet a bunch of our packs over. Send a cav in. And go to trade. But we don't actually really want to fight particularly. If he gets in range at these packs, though, he's gonna have to take this fight. Let's see. He's got a solar engine, which we can outpoke. Some other stuff that maybe we can't. I'm gonna send some cav over. Yeah, he wants to fight. Okay, sure. Fuck it. Let's go. So this is going to be a value game, not a points game, most likely now. Get these out of range. Get the cav in on that. Oh, this is really aggressive. Stick right in. Yeah, he wants the blood. He's fully out for blood. We do want that point, but the way he's playing, there isn't really time. And we have to be a little bit mindful here that he doesn't get like a big Slan banishment off on our diving units. We don't want to go too deep, that's for sure. So let's just try to get the route on these and then get out of here. What is that, Sacred Crocs? Okay, sure. We'll pop those, send these in. Those in, get out. Let's get our caster out. The ankle shanker would love to get on the Slan if he gives us the opportunity, but we don't want to go too deep on that because he may not. And we're just avoiding getting pulled too deep into his side of the battlefield, although we're pretty deep right now. At a certain point, you get stuck in and you just have to commit. Here we're going to use Convergence for what it's good for. Getting a big buff off. Pull those out. I'd like to have a Terror Source, so we'll wait a second and summon that. And I think the Crocs are actually tall enough that we can shoot over into them. And then this is going to go here. Get some nice damage off. And, oh, give me that Slan. Give me that fat frog. Yeah, that's good damage. Get some charges. Take the trade there. Capture that point. Yeah, this is all looking pretty good. All according to plan. Sandwich that. Run this in there. We do have to be a little bit careful because our front line is pretty anemic. But not that careful, to be honest. Give these guys another harmonic. Get over there on the salon. Some terror routes going. We can take that trade over there. And we need some mass here to pressure this backline dive. I think we can just summon this as an anti-cap tool. Yeah, this all looks good. This is good. We'll pull out so we don't get caught by the cohort. It's not the most favorable of fights. Chameleon Skinks, interesting. Okay, sure. Take a shot there. Looks pretty good. Let's go over there and rampage. The salamanders actually do pretty good damage into infantry because they have explosive. So we're fine actually just hanging out there, beating on the Salon's legs. Just taking his lunch money. Taking his lizard lunch money. We'll cast a buff on the Feral. Looks like he got a Melkoth's Overcast, which we don't care about. It's fine. Keep this away from that. Pop those. I think the Feral is actually going to carry here. Get him! Chase, the murder! Yes, good. Good, kill the enemy. Now we're far enough up on value that we're going pretty deep. If this were like at parity, we wouldn't take this dive. But because the Salon is low, I'm tempted to continue prosecuting the advantage here. See if we can get our Pterosaurus in there. And, you know, if he kills our Lord, all our stuff will just run away. It's fine. Get these guys in there. Get them on that. Get them on that. We're looking for a nice stationary juicy target. Ooh. Ooh. Go, Lord, go. Yeah. Yeah. But he's not holding... okay, that's the target. He wasn't holding still for a good Uranid's target for us. Get those in there. Okay, fine. We'll fight the Crocs. And we don't want to dive like all the way into his spawn, you know? We could probably focus fire. The red crested also benefit a lot from the harmonic convergence buff. So that's acceptable. Turn the focus fire on the Basti. And at some point we need to support this outside fight, so I guess I'll send one Feral over there. It's going fine for our cheap unit, like they're trading up, but let's get these out. Do we have a good target? Yeah, we've got the cold ones that are beating on our Lord. The cool thing about the red-crested Lord is it's just like so cheap that even when they kill it, you don't always care. Oh, let's see if we can get that Basti down. Then we'll try to get out of there with our Lord. It's not the best matchup for the red-crested, but whatever. And I want to see how the Ferals do. So we'll summon a Feral, mostly just to, like, you know, get the reps with it. And I'd like to get... I guess we just refocus onto those. I was gonna say I'd like to get a Uranid's off on this thing. That's gonna hit so hard if he doesn't move. So it's at 313 right now. Let's see what it's at afterward. Oh, he dodged. It telegraphs pretty hard. That was good heads up play. Nice job, opponent. We'll get a Feral out there. Intercept. Those onto that. I think the camos, the camo commandos will lose that fight. we sent a feral over, and I think the feral's advantaged. Let's get this guy over there. Send this over there. And it's kind of funny because usually when you spawn dive, you get pretty far up on points, but in this case, we are not getting particularly far up on points because this side point never went to either of us, I think, although maybe he got it. So we potentially lose a lot of value. That said, we're doing fine on value, so it's not really a major concern here. Let's see if we can get that out to unsummon it. And we need to be a little cognizant of losing our lord. Lizards are cool in that they can survive that, especially with the red-crested lord, because he just dies and then, you know, you resummon him. He just basically doesn't cost anything, which is the main appeal of the lord. Let's unsummon that. Get those over there. Cool. Those guys can chase. These guys can try to cap the point. Our lord's performing, actually. He's gotten pretty good damage, really good damage, actually. And he's drawn a very large amount of threat. Threat is like when they spend their resources to chase one of your units. Because, you know, like their army's going to do something. You can't prevent them from having units. So the stag rally's over by his lord. This will be fun if that gets the back door. Lord snipe. I'm impressed with the feral stags right now. They've been kind of just rolling through willy-nilly. While we were talking, he got a good cav trade. That's fine. We want him to hold still with his cav. And the lord is back. If he holds, if he holds still, we're gonna like Kobe Bryant this Uranans. Like if we see the Slan and he's not microing it, we're gonna we're gonna just see if the Kiefer's awake. Where is he? Where is he? Oh darn it, we got the Slan. No MLG. Slan snipe. 360 Slan snipe. Okay, so I think we have that point. Yeah, we're getting 2 points a second. Cool, cool. So now we need to just press the advantage on this Pterosaurus. Well, he doesn't have his lord. Just get a quick buff there so these things tear. They have very high base damage, so they benefit from buffs more than most units do. Get that out of there. Yeah, this all looks pretty good. Good, good. Good, good. This guy should keep doing damage to large stuff. Oh, he did really well. He basically killed the Slan and then got like some chip damage on Cav. This should shock route these. Except, see if he moves out of the way of that. These are almost out of ammo. Let's get that last volley off and then unsummon them. Then we can capture, take it home. There we go. And that's a lizard mirror pizza. That's how you make a pizza. LM1. Relatively cleaned. Oh, Vanja. Well, the good news is when the stream's over, you can go back and watch it. Okay, so that was one of our viewer strips. I think Bob... Here, let's get the stream link for him. I think we had a couple... you guys can see the inner workings of my no viewer channel. How do you do this? Content, posts. All right, and then how do I go to? Do I need to go to the channel? Comments. Sally hunting packs. Cool. So then we need to get a link to the stream. I'm still kind of figuring all this out. Humor me here. Live. How do we get a link to this sucker? Get shareable link. There we are. Sally packs unleashed in game 1. Do we have any other? Oh, we had a Zote fan here too. We need to go to Turin's channel for this one. Turin. Cool. And then I think this is the stream link, not the channel link. Live. Yep. We need to go. There it is. What's the time? 58:24. We're just unlocking it. All the memes folks wanted us to run. 58:24. Exclamation point. Cool. Ancient salamander, solar engine, troglodyte. Okay. Mazda. Okay, so we need to take Essies and Mazda and win with it at some point. That's our next streamer stip. Cool. That can be arranged. And we should report. That was a pretty good game. 0, 1. Lizards. You love to see some lizard on lizard violence. More lizards that way. My Total Tavern avatar is a Dreadsaurian, and I love lizards. It's just such a cool faction. My wife laughs at me when I explain to her what they are. Because, you know, it's like take your favorite faction and try to explain them in like modern terms. And a lot of this lore came about in the 80s. So it's like, well, there's like rats and they're men. And they like live under the city and stuff. And they have these like drugs that are also weapons. You know, it doesn't always hold up perfectly. And I like that with the lizards. It's like there's big lizards, there's little lizards, there's medium lizards. They all work together. They're the lizardmen. They're enacting the plan. Okay. Skink Priest did pretty well. We take that. Basically the whole roster did, but the build around of the Sally packs just eviscerated. It's because people always go for like camos and stuff. Oh wow, his Slon actually did pretty well. Rats, guns, and drugs, that's right. Just try to explain that. Maybe you just say that and you don't offer any additional context. I'm a Skaven main. Rats, drugs, and guns. Ride or die. It's a tough sell. Well, I wonder what is the worst one to describe? Is it the Beastmen? So there's like cows and goats. And oh yeah. Also centaurs. There's horse people. They've got horses, cows, and goats, and they're men. And they like worship the dark blood god. Got murder worshipping goats. And they're like really scary and stuff. Slanesh. Oh yeah. You know, I can explain Slanesh. That one's like Slanesh is a bit more tropey. That's like maybe don't explain it to your mom. But I can explain Slanesh to my wife. Don't worry about that. It's like they're sexy demons. She reads a lot of romantasy, so I guarantee you something in one of those books has been basically this. Nurgle, yeah. They're not sexy demons. They're the ugly disease. IRL Slanesh. I've heard a lot of people breaking this down. I feel like the Eternity of Torment business might not be so good. It seems to me like the like in terms of job satisfaction, the Nurgle worshippers are doing pretty well. Like pre Nurgle worship, it's very bad. Don't get me wrong, all the disease and everything. But like once they're in there, I think they're having a pretty good time. You know, they're like, oh, look at all this pus and stuff coming out of my face. I think from their perspective, this is like, you know, it's not so bad. And it's not like Tzeentch where he's gonna like, you know, turn you into a chaos spawn or whatever. I mean, the actual answer is like you definitely want to be like a peasant in GC in this universe. I think they're like the least abused. It's not like the Brett peasants, or maybe like one of the lizards, like a skink priest, and you just hang out in the temple essentially. If it's gonna be you. Attack speed Nurgle. How's this round going? I wonder if we have time for a game. I've got some stips in the bingo card I need to fill out. Some maniac said that we had to do. I've lost 3 or 4 times trying to make this stip work. Let me just, God, the stiff is actually hard. The other ones, you can like make a good build. How do I go to the... I'm incompetent with YouTube. Published, I haven't responded. This is the evil stip. Doc undivided. State Jimmy busted it out. I have lost 4 times trying to make this work. We'll get there. The other one that's like one and done, but it's the Doc undivided Demon Prince with Kindle Flame and all flaming attack units. So we're taking the stips literally. He didn't say some flaming attack units or flaming attack units. He said all flaming attack units. And what that means is that we have one piece of cav. There is the RAR, which actually I think just got buffed. So maybe the stiff is easier. So regular blood crushers do not have fire attacks. Only the Heralds of Khorne's Fury have fire attacks. So we keep beating our opponents in quick battle. Horned Run Rush, yeah, we can try to make that work. I think that can work. We keep beating our opponents in quick battle and then just losing on points. And the other issue is, look at this turd. This guy is one of the worst lords in the game, just on like raw stats. So you pay 1,800. This is like how much a Kemrian War Sphinx costs. He has 30 armor, no missile resist, just fizz resist. So if you get paired against Tzeentch, or any faction with magic damage, it's cooking. You know, the wife might actually be fine with like deep lore. She thinks it's pretty funny. I'm not like way deep into all the Warhammer lore. I'm like more of a total lore player. You got me. But I do like to like read the core threads and stuff. So I'm not deep. Okay, so you can go horror spam, which kind of works. And we're allowed to have exalted bloodletters. We can take iridescent horrors, but why would we? Because we've paid for this terrible caster, and we've got like exalted flamers and changebreakers. And so you have to be really, really far ahead, because all of these things, except for this, don't have math and just get killed by cav. So we're gonna figure this stip out. We're gonna make it work. I think honestly, it's like we have to just take all horrors and win the opener so hard that there's nothing else to talk about. Maybe some backup from the E-Pinks in Melee. I don't know. It's all pretty questionable, to be honest. Okay, so we go like this. We take Burning Head, because that's the only spell that's okay here. And we yeet a bunch of blues in. We max out them pinks. Can we get the... Ooh, yeah, we can. We can get the fire buff from this guy. And that's a pizza, I guess. We're going to play that. And then... I guess our cavalry is... Bloodthirster. Like, nothing has fire. Nothing. We can take these, but it's too easy to get. The first game I did this, they just brought Tyrion, and I was like, fuck. Because he's got fire resist, and also you can't shoot him. So I'm just like sitting there staring at Tyrion with like these cannons that can't hit him, and if they did, they wouldn't do damage. I guess this is kind of close to Cav, so maybe maybe we get it in there. We have Cav at home. Oh, perfect spend. We have to do it. Okay. So we got that. We got a bunch of blues. Hope I'm not holding up the event. Let's make sure. I'm just going to save this build so we can get a quick battle in if we finish early next time. I will try that Horned Run Rush. It needs to be like situationally a decent matchup, because I am trying to get enough wins. Oh, nice. We're playing against Bob. Oh, is Bob also lizards? We're lizarding till our eyes bleed. This is Lizard Stream. Oh, let me go find Bob. Bob is hosting. Hey, Bob. What you play today? I'm on lizards. Bob usually is a lizard main, so that would be fun. All right. Does Karanak have burning attacks? No. The blue scribes do. Blood reapers do. I guess we can take blood shrines. Yeah, this is Cav, sort of. Yeah, we'll take 2 blood shrines, sure. Do we have a Pterosaurus? Yeah, Lord is. And then I guess one of these for killing some infantry, sure. And I don't think we can afford the Changebringer because we're already so shooting heavy. Oh, perfect. Okay, okay. DC, fire, stip, dom. We have a build. Oh, Bob is playing Tzeentch. He abandoned the lizard ways. That's rather rude. Well, let's get him. Let's show him the air. Lizard men. This is a good situation for the buffed Sacred Crocs, actually, because they have a number of Fizz resist units. All their demons. Cool. All right, what do we got map-wise? Bloodgrove, Dust Bowl, Rapturous Expanse. Bob is... What is Rapturous Expanse? Let's ask Bob. Can you hover Rapturous Expanse? I think Bloodgrove is pretty good for us here. This might be the... You know, we can probably get away with Hornborn Rush here. The only issue is they really have been liking to take Tzeentchian heroes of late. And those have Book, which will punish our heavy cav. Okay, Bob hovers over it. All right. This is not a very good shooting map. Bloodgrove is... Bloodgrove I like. Dust Bowl is a stupid map. Let's ban Dust Bowl. Ban, that's not even really a multiplayer map. Ban Dust Bowl. Dust Bowl is just like a testing map. It's like a big open square with no cover. So if he takes grinders or something, we can't cover. I think I would like to shoot him. But due to the nature of lizards, we can also not shoot if we so desire, which is kind of nice. Saurus Old Bloods got buffed, but not by enough for me to care, I think. Yeah, it's still too expensive. I think this might actually be a red-crested matchup. I've been impressed with this little guy. I think the Foe Seeker actually is kind of good. Keeping their vigor up means that they keep DPS. Let's try the new map. Which one? There are 2. He says, the new map. I will get some horn ones in here for you. But they're probably going to be reinforcement horn ones. Okay, so... Oh, Rapturous Expanse. Okay, so this is not the best shooting map ever. But it's not the worst either. We'll take some of these to contain his early aggression. And then... I actually want some Sauruses. I think these should do pretty well into their ground game. We can start a little bit less cav. I don't think we want to poke them with an Ancient Sally in this matchup. Let's go for the Harmonic Thunderbolt spam again. This time I think Roiling Skies will be pretty good because like some of their new units have flying and it slows them and has an incredible MD reduction. So, you know, it's not the best. Oh, I know what we can do. We can take Double Caster. And then if we guess wrong... Yeah, they don't cost that much. So if it looks like he doesn't have good targets for it, then we just summon the other one. Sweet. Good. Or alternately, maybe he'll go Heavy Imp and we can try out the Chain Lightning. No, it's fine. Okay, so we got this. We got one Horned one. I kind of feel like rocking some Sacred Crocs. Yeah, sure. Put 2 of those in. They also give our skinks immunity to fear, which is pretty nice. Let's go a little skink heavier. I like my skinkies, skinky boys. Oh, this works out. So we do that, and then we can take an item on this guy. We'll take Foe Seeker. That seems solid. If he's got Final Trans, Opal can be pretty good, but also if he's got Final Trans, we can just chill out of the way with this Lord, and it's fine. Okay, So then we go one of these. I like having some of these. Cut that. And I want to bring a feral again. Because I think the terror it provides is pretty useful here. And maybe we can just bring the one Sally Pack. What can he do? What can Bob do? Bob can go wide. Bob can rock some SEs. Bob can go mass horror. We'll beat mass horror pretty handily by just rolling in with the skink horde. So I think we're pretty well indexed against the stuff that Bob can bring. And so we can get away with the second one of these, sure. I like this unit a lot. Like, when it works, it works. And it really likes to see certain staples on their side, like Screamers or the Doom Knights. Yeah, this seems like a well-balanced build. I think it'll work. We've got a frontline game. We've got a little bit of counterpoke. We have some good late-game mobility. This will be fun. Kind of just like a hybrid, rounded build. Bob says, I look forward to seeing lizards from the Lizard Master. I'm glad that I have that title for the time being. C-tier lizardmen. There was a time where they were the best faction, but that time was a long time ago. They kind of got just power crept out. The Saurus being weaker than all the more recent infantry is kind of a problem for them. I think that this patch buff brings them more up to like a B- tier infantry, but they're still not like trading well into a lot of the things people bring. Okay, so this map is very tilted. And the white line is like right there on the points. Cool. We want the uphill advantage if we can get it. The shooting lanes are not very good. That's good to know. And the points are right next to the woods and uphill. So we want to be on that point rather than like up behind it if we can. I don't think he has any like side vanguard action on us. No, he doesn't. This map got bug vanguards. No, good. Okay, so what we will do is hotkey all of these on R, which we usually don't do, but we're expecting to need to like aggressively micro some sallies. So to that end, we're biasing a bit in advance for that, and we'll just hand micro the individual ones if we need to skirmish with them. We'll set up the Saurus to push into the trees up here. So there's the trees. So they're harder to just like shoot with horrors or whatever. Hotkey our cav on the sides to support our ranged. And then we'll just send the Crocs with the main formation, put them both on hotkey 3. And we're ready to rock. We got some forward vanguards. Not a lot of vanguard units. No vanguard units in this build. And the trees are pretty thin here. This is kind of funny. These pink trees are very difficult to see. So these aren't going to fully obstruct fire, but some. So we should be aware of that with Sally packs and such. And then I guess this point is actually the closest. Okay. Good. Let's tell Bob, ready, GLHF. Here we go. Send him in. Okay, what's he got? He went horror spam with a Sarth without final trans. Okay, great. And he's got a couple Marauders, and then these are pinks. So what we're going to do is fast 3 cap, and then we're going to step back and build up, and then just completely truck him in several minutes. So stand by, hold. We need to avoid Sarth getting too much value while that's all going on. But essentially, we're just going to summon all this cav. We're doing a Horned One rush, as defined by there are more than 0 Horned Ones. I actually think the Horned One will do pretty well here. It's just not a good core unit because it's so pricey. So you can't really afford to like, fully go in on it. And I think this might actually be a Flock situation because he's not really presenting good targets. Even though the lore passive is going to be phenomenal on his Lord. He's got some Zangors, okay. He doesn't actually really have anything to stop. A Feral Steg. Yeah, I'll just send that over there. And we're not actually trying to really like hold points right now. We're doing a build up, so we just want to delay his ability to cap everything. And then that'll buy us some more time to do our thing. And so what we're doing here is just like kind of being a little cheeky with threatening to do stuff, but we don't actually really want to fight if we can at all humanly avoid it. And Bob is pushing into a central position, so we want to get uphill from him if we can. Get out of the way of those pinks. A key facet of build-up is like not taking a lot of damage while you're doing it. And this is good play from Bob. He is rolling up around the back so that we don't have as much time. This is like very heads up. I like it. Maybe we can get out here with our Lord. But if he lets us get uphill from him, he's going to be in a world of hurt probably. And the Sally Packs are just going to run out and poke whatever they can. We very much do not actually need to aggress here. Because our full army, like if he gives us time and lets us summon stuff, is going to just destroy him. So we're trying to give him to something to think about here while we get the requisite troops to snowball. And we're waiting to see what he summons and how he develops his board before we commit to a caster, which is kind of the benefit of having the dual slot. Okay, so he's looking like he's going to end up pretty clumped at some point here. And he does have Plague of Rust, which we should be aware of. So I just want to summon a little bit more cav, then go get him. Horrors have 130 range. Sally Packs have 140 range. Okay. So we can be a little cheeky. And let's pre-position. So what we're doing is we're setting up our dive so that we're pre-positioned to get on the horrors, since those are our primary damage dealers. And oh, it looks like he's going to catch this. So that might actually force the action here. And we're actually at a point where we're like pretty close to going. Bob has a nice defensive position. He's lined things up well. Get those out of there. Although his ability to stop, yeah, let's get this out here. He's in this really tight formation. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. He's out of position. So we're just basically summoning a lot of mobility, and we're going to dive towards his towards his pinks when he allows us to. He's got the rock on us. We'll get a big flock off here. We're drawing our cav out because he's committing to this one spot. And he's making a mistake right now trying to kill the big boy, I think, because it's very tough. You know, that's not a unit that's going to go down easy. So he goes for the kill on it, and while he's doing that, all the cav is safe. And the cav is the real threat to him here. We do need to get on those pinks, though. Okay. The horn one needs to come out. It's time. We said there would be some Pappy horned one. There will be some horned one. Those are a bit of an issue. Oh, this is a really juicy spot for our flock. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, yeah. Big flock. The good news horn one is coming. The stip shall be satisfied. Under all conditions shall the horned one be summoned. Here he comes. There's actually a pretty good target for him right now. I don't think the horned one is like a terrible unit, to be honest. Okay. So he's got some Chaos Knights coming in. We're going to try to intercept those. Keep this going. We're looking for a big Overcast flock if we can get it. Unsummon that. And I think we're going to get our flock. We'll put it directly on the Chaos Knights, even though we could technically center it up a little bit better. Because if he's paying attention, he'll run out. Horn one's getting a nice rear charge. Doing pretty good work. He's actually catching up on damage here. This could be a problem. Although this might be one of those things where the skink skirms are underreporting. I know that right now the game is set up such that the skirms don't always show the damage they're doing. So we might actually be doing a little bit better than this looks. Get over there. How are we doing on points? So we have a 3 cap. And we'll summon some cheap cav over here to harass. Those can pursue that heavy cav. Here we will cast off. Sandwich those. Looks pretty good. These guys dropped in order, so we need them to come out. I don't like this fight over near his pinks. So I'd like to pull that piece of the fight back if we can. And I'd love, because he doesn't have Final Trends, I'd love to get my Lord on his. And he can kill that caster if he wants. We'll just summon another caster. He's got a big Zine Charmy ability. We'll try to get out of that if we can. Pull that away from the halberds. Yeah, we mostly avoided that. That's good. And now he's got no Zine Charmy ability, so it's a good time to go for his Lord with the Horned Ones. Uh-oh. That charge is a problem. Counter charge over there. Get the Horned Ones out. Summon more Cav. And we've got our 3 cap ticking. He's on top of the Horned Ones. Get out of there. This looks pretty good. Try to get a cast off on those. His Lord might prove to be an issue in like a sustained fight here. But a lot of our stuff has pretty good leadership. So, you know, it can do its thing and we're probably fine. We do want to avoid fighting over by his side. And we also want to keep this point if we can, because if we hang on to the point, we can compound on this lead we've already got. And these guys need to harass the Zinch Lord off the point. Horned Ones get in there. The reason I'm trying to contest rather than just giving it to him is I think we're going to lose the value game here. And so I'm interested in just winning on points. Oh god, those halberds are destroying our Horned Ones. That's bad. But we got a pretty big flock off. This is a problem. We need to intercept. Run these out of the way. Get a cycle charge there. Take that fight. Man, we are really not killing these pinks with this stuff. Oh, those are E-pinks. That's why that's interesting. Engage Lizard Swarm mode. We got to get our lord out of there. Just creating some chaos with the horned ones, ideally. Unsummon those so we have access. And we should be okay on points here. It looks like he got mid, but we were able to prevent that happening for long enough that we're still pretty advantaged. So now we just need to hang on to these for a couple minutes. Looks like he got our lord. Oh no, it's actually just shattered and running. He needs to be a little bit careful with his lord here. He can definitely lose that. He's got his Zinch army ability that we're running out of. Yeah, we'll just try to pick the lord here. Okay, he killed our lord, but we're holding pretty strong on these points, and I think we're actually about to get his lord, which is a acceptable trade for us. And here we would like Cav. I guess we'll send this. It's late enough that a Terror Source is going to provide some value. And also, it's just what we have off summon, so there's not exactly that much time. This Sally Pack is doing work. I'm glad we brought it.
You have killed an enemy lord.
Okay, snipe the lord. Very good. And we'll probably get a chance to rebuy our lord here. And we're gonna. He's trying to roll over onto this point because he needs to cap it like immediately, basically. So what we're gonna do is threaten just back capping his point, and then we'll rotate. In case he sends Cav over here, some of our own stuff over to the point. We can turn this on against those. And then the game will just be completely over if we manage to get the center, which the lizards are pretty good at. They're like really fast. And here we're late enough in the game that we can summon a sacrificial unit. Yeah, this is good. I think we got him. Good, 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 good. Lizards. Strong late game. Okay, 07, 09, LM, TZ, Bob, R2. Very nice. We got Bob. How's the audio level of the game, by the way? I think I've got it piping into the stream, but I'm not 100% on that. Okay, so this guy did fine. He drew a bunch of aggro. The Sacreds did all right. They took a very long time to kill the E-Pinks. Our Cav actually didn't do the best. Although perhaps those Cav were alive. And then the conditional summoner / caster worked out really well. Like we were able to audible into the one that was good. And because we didn't summon it early, he didn't see. The Feral Stag got rusted and shot at the beginning. But I think that's okay because it got shot instead of all of our approaching units, which then killed his damage dealers. So it was like an acceptable trade. And the horned one was a little bit lackluster. Sarth did reasonably well, especially given that we were like following him the whole game. Oh, and our Sally Pack did great. We probably should have summoned the second Sally Pack earlier. The Halberds did pretty well, anchored a bunch of the field. The Spawn did pretty well. His Knights got destroyed. Makes sense since they were fighting armored anti-large cav. Overall, pretty good game. Now let's save that so we can refer to it later. LM, TZ, Dom. I think that's a fine build. Enter our results. Tim 1, Bob 0. The Lizards take the dub. Zinch. Zinch. Where is Zinch? Not alphabetized. Cool. So maybe the Feral Stag is like not that good. I think it was fine as a tank there, but I was expecting it to do a little bit more damage. I guess it got taken out of the fight really early. And Plague of Rust is kind of a special case. Dark Edge still playing. That's fine. Let's see what Bob thinks. Bob says, GG, well played. Very close one. How do we Turin says go set channel up for redirect. Channel, dashboard, community. How do I do this? Customization? Profile. Where to set a YouTube channel up for redirects. Community settings within YouTube Studio under live redirects. Community. How do I do the community settings? YouTube Studio, navigate to settings. Settings. Go to community settings. Navigate to settings. General. All channels can redirect to my account. Okay, there we go. Bob says, my bloodlust for your lord, let the Sally's feast. Yes, that's true. That is true, Bob. Bob really wanted that lord. He was like, we're going to get him. We're going to get him hell or high water. That's kind of the value of the ankle shanker. All right, how are we doing on the bracket? Okay, we got the bracket. Bob is working the tournament. Transition soon. All right, I'm gonna get a quick snack. BRB in 2 minutes. Okay, we're back. Man, this GPU is cooking this room. Wife says close the door. Yes, we can do that. Woo. NVIDIA. House heating brought to you by NVIDIA. Oh, that's pretty good. We got some Costco protein bars. Good basic sustenance. All right, we're fighting our teammate Boss Talk. Let's go. Last toss time. Buffalo food. Interesting. And we got pretty good defensive maps for the rat party. Hmm. What is this map? Oh. Oh, this is the one we played on Turin stream. Okay. Not bad. Eastern Island Colony has a pretty safe approach for melee rushes, but also it's got relatively good defensive positions for boxes. It does have one thing going for it, which is if you manage to spawn stuff them, because your save point is pretty safe, they basically cannot push back in. So maybe it's okay. It's kind of interesting. And then Scalender's Cave is just like a wide map. They have a nice defensive hill that they can occupy, but it also provides you a lot of opportunity and time to get the army set up. So I think we'll probably go for this one, if we can get it. We'll see. Oh, Bob Band Iron Colony. Okay, interesting. Do I want Blazing Ramparts or I think I want Scalender's Cave. Oh, bam. Blazing Rampart. They're really good. Okay. So, against the rats, gazelles are a potential concern. We have to be wary of that. So we can do like a fully dedicated rush with Saurus, which just got buffed. And we do want to see how those units are. The main issue with this is that it's very easily kited by globe builds. The globe builds lose to a Croxagore rush. But the Croxagore rush gets dunked by like a less shooty build. So there's kind of like some build triangle action going on here. I don't really have any reason to predict what Boss is going to do. Like, he's my teammate, but he's not a Skaven main. I'm just enjoying my delicious bar right now. Oh, thanks for patience. So, it's kind of interesting. Thinking. I think we just go for like a really wide rush. We do a soft build up and then we collapse. That seems like it'll work to me. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's a good plan. Okay. Scalender's Cave. Had to think about that for a second. Oh, I'm so happy Maximilian. I love this unit. I'm just constantly taking it. In this situation, we might want to Slan. Flock's pretty good, but punching a hole is too. That or we can counter poke them with like Lore of Light or whatever. Oh, you know what? They like to take Eshin units, like Night Runners and Triads in this matchup. And hear me out, this just got buffed a lot. It gives your whole army magic attacks. So we can like... We can take a light Slan. Oh man, this is so expensive. Oh my god. We could take a light Slan. I'm talking myself out of this. Ooh, that's really, really expensive. Oh my god. What if we cut some of these? We don't really need that, right? Or that. Or that. Yeah, we need that. Okay, that's no good. This is just gonna get flensinged probably. No, he's gonna take one of the new lures, I bet. Okay. We'll take our Skinky Boy. And then we'll just go for a big melee rush. And hope it works. And we will bring one Sally Pack to reinforce. We need to beat his front line. So I think this is actually a situation where we'll bring Subsaurus. And then we do want some Crocs. I wonder what the right terra sources here are. We could just go like Dirt Sheep and go Basties. I do want to keep trying the Stag, and it's also faster. So maybe we reinforce in a Stag or two. They're not very good against Rat Ogres, but that's fine. So we do something in this vicinity. And then our caster is definitely just a cheap flock caster, even after the nerf. It does really well here, especially if he doesn't see it coming. We can kind of like defer the summon a bit and then walk in and start overcasting it on stuff. Okay. And we can change some of these to... We want at least one to go cap the side point early. Probably several. Cut that. Maybe we can start the Feral Stag. Yeah, I don't hate that actually. And then this gets us to a perfect spend. And then we can go. These units are all good units. Cut that. I'm not in love with that guy. Actually, I think the Sally Pack is probably no good. And we want to just maximize our diving capabilities. Yeah, this all seems solid. The one thing I don't like here, I would kind of like a few more Saurus. Just 2 is prone to getting shot. But what can you do, you know? Yeah, Maximilian. I just love this unit. It's a fun unit. It's hard for it to do bad, and it frequently trades up significantly. The other option here would be Tic Tac. But I don't think we want that here. All right, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. So we're gonna have like almost no map control, and we need to go kind of late because of how we built this. If he goes for like 5 globes, I think we basically lose. But we can give him a lot of trouble on some other builds, like if he takes Giselles or something. And they definitely don't have the tools to deal with just like the giant pile of lizards. Hopefully we're able to cap the woods objective early. If we get that, then we have all the time we need to set up like a giant army and go smash him. Boss knows how we play, you know, he's a fellow RTK. So he'll be pretty good at defending the build-up, most likely. But you never know. I'm not in love with the Lizards Skaven matchup, to be honest. Like, I kind of like the Skaven side of this. I feel like their ability to use globes or not globes makes it somewhat difficult for the Lizards to prepare. So we'll put the Skinks in front to absorb fire. And he went pretty wide. That's fine. We could have taken like some Pterodons or something to deal with backline Artie. That might have been a good idea. But we did not. So here we are. Okay, we got 2 of those. We got some Crocs. Put the Crocs behind the Skinks. Safely out of range. We'll just put them on the same hotkey as the formation. So we're gonna probably try to make some pincer play happen here, where like, you know, he's gonna set up maybe over here if he's being like the most devious. So we do like a build up. We set up for either a flank overload or if he squishes the box too tight, we get like some good beast casts off. And then if we can, we like scrap over these points early and use that to buy us some more time. That's the game plan. GLHF. Let's see what he's up to. I think we can take these trades. Scorch is a little bit of an issue. I seem to recall the Skink Skirms trading better here. And he... Oh, Gorich. Okay. That's cool. That's not what I was expecting. So he's like on a melee rush, basically. 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So there's no Natty Boobos unless he summons one. He's got a lot of mass with the Doom Flayers and these heroes. Does Gorich have anti-large or anti-infantry? Okay, so that'll kill the shit out of my lord if they get into combat. But I'm not too worried about that, actually. And what's he got here? He's got Dreaded 13th, which will fuck up a Cav. And I think we want Cav so that he can't, like, you know, get picks here. What's that? Warp lightning cannons. Okay, that's pretty sick. So he's very melee heavy. I think he's going to be disadvantaged in a late game dive because of the flayers. They like can't really match up against the lizard units. And his infantry is also pretty thin. He's like very heavy on this SE squad. The SE squad is definitely a problem. But we have time. And I think what we're going to need to do is basically roll the rest of his army. What's this? Eshin Triads. Okay, cool. We're basically going to need to roll the rest of his army because we're not going to be able to contest his blob fight. And we didn't actually bring that much shooting. So we're also not really going to have an easy time like picking off the SEs. So this is just a classic, like, we need to wait a little bit until we have the right unit composition to take the fight. And then we go get him. If he's leaning heavily on these Doom Flayers, our timing attack window is when we have a few Cav out. Because the Doom Flayers will just get absolutely murked by our Cav in like a very, very one-sided, uninteractive fashion. We'll pull that back. Just giving him something to think about. And we can... I guess we should rotate over our shooting to be closer to the SE blob. Get that out of there. Good. We got it to back off. And all this is just posturing. Like, we... there's no reason for us to go in here. I would really sell my soul for one Sally pack right now. That would be really good. And I think we have enough mass now that we can mirror the mirror the flares. So we need to keep we need to keep the Cav in a position to block the flares so he doesn't get too much value on those. That looks like something good just happened there. I think that was an eviscerate. Okay, we can catch that. Waddle this guy over there. And we'll walk some skinks over to the side objective, which puts him in a bit of a bind. Here, let's get this out. This is getting wrecked. Because he needs to keep a more expensive unit there to counter the skinks. And we just don't actually have to engage. Send these guys in. I think that's about as good of a flock as we're going to get, to be honest. Oh god, these need to get out. Send that over there. This is not going great. This blob fight is potentially an excuse for a dreaded 13th to just, like, rock our world. But I need to keep enough stuff in here to hang. Is that a storm? Oh, that was the dreaded. Okay, so that's one down. He's only got two. And we would like to cast a big spell on these triads if we can. He's really kicking our ass right now. We're not getting damage counted from the skirms and stuff, but he's still just like kind of murking us. That SE blob is going to be a big problem. It is a tough matchup. We've displaced his already, so that's good. Now we can try to get this out of there. And awkwardly, we kind of have to fight him here. Get that out. And we'll go after the squishiest thing. The reason we have to fight is we're pretty far behind. We're pretty far behind. I'm just clearing my throat. So we can't just sit here trading with him because he's winning that by too much of a margin. But what we can do is assassinate his lord. Because it's not as... damn, dreaded 13th. Get our cav out of there. That's a really effective play there. It's kind of devastating. Well, at least now he's out of spells. We successfully used all the spells. I would call it a bait, but there was no baiting. We were just hit by his spells. Okay, well, now we need to steal with mobility, probably. Especially because our lord is looking like it's going to get killed here. Yeah, the dreaded 13th is just wrecking our shit big time. Big time. At least our late game is better. Oh, maybe we'll be able to... Go, Source, go! Go! He's just been healing up all the damage we're doing here. It's kind of awkward. Okay, our lord's back. We're not close to winning on points, unfortunately. At least our reinforcements are better than his. But I think he's probably going to get us here. Doesn't look good. Oh, hello, everyone from Torrent Stream. Just in time to watch him kick our ass. So we're fighting our teammate Boss Toss in this evening game, playing the Lizards. If you haven't been on this stream before, we're kind of like Turin, but we're less funny. And we try harder to play at the same time. It doesn't always work. Oh god. And so we're in this Skaven game where we've been getting like slowly ground out by their superior trading tools. And we kind of need to steal somehow. So we're thinking through the process of how does one steal in this position. And it probably ends up looking like taking them out on points. So going for like a back cap. Fighting over here. Kind of just scrapping for whatever we can get. The one thing the Lizards have going is they have like truly exceptional reinforcement troops. So we can win from behind for sure. But there's a long ways to go on the points. So it's not looking really good for us. But, you know, like, this is a good opportunity to try to scrap it out. Like, we're about to get a triple cap on him here. And maybe we can hold it. We're going to lose that point, but we might be able to get it back. And we've got some late game terror pieces. His murder blob here is going to be like an ongoing issue for us in the extreme. But if we're able to bait it out into like a side objective like this, it's possible that we can just clock him out essentially. We need this terror source to do some work. He's got a Giselle in the back, which might be able to snipe our Lord, maybe not. And if he walks his Lord in too close, we'll definitely pick it off and try to get the win that way. Kind of an exciting one, even if ultimately our odds don't look so good. This is like, you know, so when you're behind, you need some stupid bullshit to go your way. So here, you know, we like take it off auto fire, put it on guard mode, walk over and try to get like the finishing blows on his Lord. But it's it's pretty speculative. It's pretty dicey. We're losing center here. Skaven are good and stuff. We can't fight this Skaven murder blob. It's really cool tech from him. So he brought Gorh. He brought a Packmaster. I really like this from Boss Toss. We practice with this guy a lot. And I like it because it provides like an additional angle of attack. Gorh just got buffed a bunch, so he's like exploring the new things in the patch. So you can kind of prepare for like more of a conventional Skaven like shooting and defensive units wall like we did this game. And then they roll up and hit you with the Gorh, which is pretty cool. I like when factions can have like a curveball and a changeup. It's always like pretty exciting. Okay, we got the Lord. We got the Lord. You're saying there's a chance. So now he's got this big murder blob over there, and we're like kind of dead even on points. So there isn't really an angle for us here, I think, to get him like fully on points. What we have to do is route off a bunch of his stuff now before he's able to resummon his Lord. And we would really love to not engage with our Lord in this position, but I don't think we actually have the time. So sometimes you just have to make these desperation plays, basically. The ideal would be that, you know, he can hang back and like be safe and not get picked off by this blob and such. But that's not the game we're in. So Boss Toss sends his murder blob center. We still kind of lack a good answer for it. If possible, we would love it if this Steg rallied, because we need nothing more than a terror source on this board. We'll try to take out his melee stuff. Now we have to run with our Lord. Like, we really want to stick it in and get some value with it, but Gorh is, oh god, here he comes. Here comes the big boy. He sees our Lord. He's locked in. He's got anti-infantry. Lords no longer have that bullshit where they can infinite dodge. Okay, this rallied. We're playing. It looks bad. It looks bad. Our Lord's dead. It looks bad. Is it bad? I think it's bad. We can resummon him. No problem. If we had the points, we'd have a little more going on here. But we don't. So there's like a 2-minute power play for him where we have no Lord now. But he also has no Lord. So this is some Warhammer. No Lord, if you could just take the trade. You probably take every time as Lizards, because your units have higher leadership and there's a lot more fear. But it's not pretty. It's not pretty, that's for sure. So we need to pressure points, like, urgently. I don't think we're going to be able to take this side objective, but we might be able to get center if he's not too careful. What we're doing over here is we don't actually want to engage center, but he was drawing the murder blob out. So we need to keep him off the side objectives long enough that we can actually capture them and then win on points. So what we're trying to do there is like bluff center, draw his things into like an undesirable position, and then go to the side objectives. I think we're going to get this point too late for that, though, because he just walked in with like another... If we just barely get it, we're winning on the triple cap by like a tiny, tiny margin. I think he's winning on the triple cap right now, actually. Shit. So we gotta... All right. More lizard bullshit. Summon the Lord, go mid. So basically what we're doing now is we need to hold on for several minutes And he needs to abandon mid, which he's doing right now. And then we have to go win mid. This is like a lot of things need to go our way for this game to work out. Maybe he'll chase. Maybe he'll chase here instead of taking the point back. We can goose some stuff over to center. Send that to defend. Oh crap! Well, he got the points. Yeah, we gave him a run for it. You know, that's how you scrap. I think in this tournament also we're able to lose the one and then still come back because we're up right now 2-0. So this will put us down to 2-1, and I think we should pretty easily top 4, and then we can react better to what he did next time. He came pretty ready for us, and because we didn't opt for any shooting tools, we were kind of rendered completely flat-footed by this, oh yeah, carpal tunnel. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I can pay attention to chat now because we're fucking dead. But if we had a little more shooting, we could hang with this Gorich. It's a really impressive unit post-buff. Like, it doesn't cost too much. You can heal it. I like what Boss Toss did here quite a bit. Click, 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 click. Just rest him out a little bit. That's good. Chat's taking care of me. Okay. We can still come back, right? We got this. I see no issues with our board state. we scrapped, you know, we were pretty far down. That's a good replay. I'll save that one. Go look at it later. LM, rat, carpal, tunnel. I do lift weights to make my wrist feel better. That sometimes helps. Okay, how's it going, chat? How's everybody's evening going? Oh, we're having fun. Oh yeah, Carrot. So this game has bad netcode, and so you have to like double and triple click sometimes, or you lose commands. It's pretty awkward. If you do like the StarCraft maximum earned APM thing, where you do like, you know, one click, move on, about a fourth to like a tenth of the time, depending on your connection, you just lose the command. So it's like you don't really want to stop until you hear the bell. So you just and then take breaks every once in a while. This is why Turin has to cast now. Like us old men, our wrists die eventually, and we have to go for like Slay the Spire and Monster Train type games or be casters. That was a nice build from Boss Toss. Also, for all the folks coming in from Turin's, if you like that kind of content, remember to subscribe. I'll be casting more. I'm on vacation this week, so I'm messing around a lot. I think we'll get a chance to get another swing at Boss Toss tonight. I think we could tune this. Like when he goes for the SE blob, if we just take more shooting, these guys are not very good against skinks. They lowered the cost on Gorich a lot, Tim. And they also made it so that a bunch of the foot characters in the game no longer are like invincible from knockback effects. So before, how it worked is like you could like try to hit them and they'd go like flying and not take any damage. And they raised the floor on the min percent that things get hit at. So basically, like a lot more of Gorich hits are now going to connect with the intended target, which means that it's a lot better. Like basically, big monsters are better than they were before because they can snipe Footcaster Lords and a bunch of other like Footcaster type characters. Let's just report really quick. I think round 3 should be up in just a second if y'all sit tight. We were probably the last one. Okay, we're playing Tommy. So we got to beat this guy. Then we'll be in top 4 and we get another crack at our Skaven opponent, which I think we can probably win. Tommy. Where is Tommy? We'll go find this guy in Turin's Discord. Tournament chat at Tommy, Rat Clan member. Hey, how's it going? Playing lizards. How about you? Question mark. Okay, what do we got? We got Celestial Lake, Imperial Ambush, Whirling Maelstrom. Send this guy a map invite, then we'll get the game going. Walk. Ooh, I like Walk Lizards. That's a fun matchup. We'll break out some of the new units. What is Whirling Maelstrom? Anybody know? Whirling Maelstrom. This is what Turin's been breaking out the new. Oh, okay. We looked at this one last time. This is like the worst possible shooting map you could imagine. And we want to kite him, so we will get rid of that map. Celestial Lake also is kind of a rough shooting map, but the cool thing about lizards is we can go like big monsters if we need to. So it's not just like exclusively... Oh, he goes first. Which to ban? I look like Wyatt Russell. Who's Wyatt Russell, Torin? I don't even know. A U.S. agent? Is that like a TV agent or is that like an actual person? The Saurus have been not bad, Iskander. Curse of Undeath. Oh yeah, Max. Yeah, that we've been seeing that before. Like the uncapped global heals are just crazy in this game. Curse of Undeath is probably totally busto. It helps that the White Kings got nerfed and now you can hit foot characters, but they're still just like so jacked. Just total chads. Kurt Russell's missing son. I have a thing. People mistake me for somebody else like 4 or 5 times a month. Or they say that I look like someone they knew. I'm just like the most generic possible looking person. The wife noticed it after we got married. She was like, oh, people keep saying they know you. And I'm like, I've never seen that person before. Just don't look interesting. Yeah, that's exactly it, Carrot. That's exactly it. The knockdown. He bans ambush, so let's ban Whirling. Ooh, Celestial Lake is not a great kite map, but we can play with that. So we're gonna go for like a big dino because it's gonna be hard for him to answer that on this map. And I think that you can go a lot of directions against walk. You almost always want to go for... I kind of want to do like a big assassin SE blob on this map. You almost always want to go for something to deal with their skirmish. So I think this game will probably actually just run back the ankle shanker again. I like this lord. The alternative would be like a fatter Slan with final trans, and then we like for sure outblob them, which is also not bad, but pretty pricey. Or a Mazda. I like that this guy is hard for them to just go kill with Archie. And he gives you like a lot of roster slot flexibility to bring other things. So let's bring a nice screen for his skirmishers. We got our big fatty. We could bring heals. I don't think we actually need them. Like the Feral Dread is just so fat that you kind of want to try to beat their army. We could also, we could bring Geltblum's Terror. Yeah. Yeah, let's go for the exciting units. This is probably a mistake, but it's cool. It's very cool. And I think we have enough of a micro advantage that we can get away with it. So I'm doing it. You can't stop me, chat. We're making mistakes. Making mistakes. He's probably going to roll up with Hell Cannon, which is a little bit awkward. Like, you need to either be able to dive it or not give them, like, the best targets ever. And unfortunately, our roster consists, like, almost entirely of good targets. So that's a problem. But what can you do, you know? We're on Celestial Lake, I think. Yeah, Celestial Lake. So this map has these trees in the middle, and we're going to be able to run the big scary dinosaur up the middle. And he'll be pretty safe there, which I like. So we need to decide, what are we taking for, like, the other chunk? I kind of want to just run out the Geltblums in the opener. No, we'll be disciplined. I want to go play the rest of the tournament, so we'll have a little bit of fun, but not too much fun. We'll have a moderate amount of fun. A disciplined, sober amount of fun. Put some chevrons on the skinks, maybe one on the Saurus, doesn't really matter. People always like agonize over the last couple of gold points of spend, but the rosters are so big that it just is like totally irrelevant. We'll throw that guy in. I don't think we can get away with 2 Sally packs on this particular map. It's like a little bit too confined space-wise. We've got a Pterosaurus already. We could also do the Terror change-up where we like summon nothing and then we bring out the Dreddy Boy. I actually don't hate that, but he's 2400, so it's probably too much tempo disadvantage. So we'll just bring in, what do we want? In case he kills that, I'd like... No, he's got Archie. That's not an effective late-game Pterosaurus. Archie has, like, the ITP helmet. So you can't... let's try this out. Let's do the RAR. Maybe we'll get the drop. It's got Devastating Flanker. So you can sometimes get the drop on stuff. Okay, this is a fun build. And like reasonably viable. Let's give it a shot. So this is for the marbles, ladies and gentlemen. We need to make top 4 so that we can keep the stream going, and it's not nighty night time. I've won this a bunch with this build. This map is very good for it. Like basically they need to use Skull Cannon and SEs. Or not Skull Cannon. They need to use Hell Cannon to kill the big boy. And it's going to be really hard because we're just going to stand him in the trees. The ideal spot for him is if we can get him in the trees closer to their side. Like throwing axes and stuff can take him out, but that's why we've taken all of these skink skirmishers, which are one of the best counter skirmishers in the game right now. They're cheap. They have a lot of models. They're actually pretty sticky in terms, they got armor, 6k health. So they'll just absolutely ranch opposing skirmishers in a skirmish duel. And then that creates the screen that we need for the big boy to kind of clean up the rest. So, might work. Oh, did we just not take magic? I was like, welcome, chat. Oh, we got to talk to everyone and be entertaining. Caster. It's fine. It's fine. Behold, micro. See, the thing is when you buy a caster, then you start out in the hole. Like, you have to spend money on the caster. All right. I am so bad. Something that really impresses me is, like, Turin. Like, he says he doesn't get that much worse when he's casting, but he's still, like, he can play. And I can't. So I really respect that. Don't agonize over points. Yeah. If only we took one look at the build, It's fine. It's fine. Look, I mean, the flock caster was only going to get like 1500 value on a 350 unit. So did we really need that? Because like you start out down 350 and like then it takes a while to catch up and like we're going to snowball. See, instead we bought this extra skin cohort. This guy, watch him. He's going to snowball. I promise I'm an elite level player who has lost a lot of championships. Okay, here we go. I think this is gonna work. We'll just micro, it'll be fine. Tell our opponent GLHF. We'll micro. We can micro, right, chat? Sweaty hands? Not a problem. Alright, let's go. Okay, so he took Soul of Damnation. He's got Archie as expected. Archie has Spirit Leech, so we need to be a little bit careful with our Lord. He's got a lot of skirms, okay. So the Soul of Damnation hits pretty hard, but it's not actually going to be able to out-skirmish our skirms. I sure would like a Flockcaster, Jesus. That's fine, that's fine. So what we want to do, there's kind of two ways we could play this. We could build up, but I actually don't like a super long game without a caster, because part of build up, we're going to like adaptively change our meta strategy around no caster. Part of build up is that you like, get a lot of WOM saved up and then you use it efficiently. We need to bring out Geltbloms kind of late. What does he got? Infantry. So a bunch of Marauders. Okay. We need to bring out Geltbloms kind of late because he has that Archie. Run those out. And I think we're at the point where we're basically just summoning Cav. And we want to distraction Carnifex him with this big boy. Closest thing to a Carnifex you can really get, I think. And that will produce a situation in which, here we can go over there with this. Get a cycle charge, run those in. Go over there. See if we can distract Archie with these. Our opponent actually has pretty good micro. He's like playing very well, I would say. Yeah, there we go. He's coming in with the Rar Knights. Okay, sure would like some magic. Cool, cool. That's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. The big boy's hidden. We'll go try to screen these guys with those. Maybe we can actually get on Archie with Biggie. So a lot of the time they take the... Oh, did he also take the bombardment? I was about to say... His burn... Oh, he took the triple spell. Interesting. Okay. I was about to say a lot of the time they take bombardment, and we can stack up here because he didn't. But actually, he has bombardment. Okay, so the big boy is rampaging. That's a problem. A problem that can be fixed, however. He got a nice spell off there. We need to get this guy into range of our lord. There we go. De-rampaged. And we actually want him to be taking shots on this unit because it is very fat and won't die. And we want him to do that instead of targeting these because they are not fat and they will die. Okay, these guys are winning over there. His lord's getting out, which is unfortunate. But what can you do? Maybe we'll catch him again. Archie's a slippery little bugger. He's very difficult to catch. I think we're in trouble if we don't get Archie this game, to be honest. So we'll send the big boy back. Try to pick him off. This might actually work here. Unfortunately, he's like a horse-sized model, so it can be like pretty hit-miss on whether or not you're able to get him with this kind of unit. So we're going to walk up like real close, set guard mode, and then try to get him. And we can triple cap and do a little bit of a spawn shove here because he's over-indexed on his skirmish game. And this kind of tactic can work really well when you're not favored in the long game, for example, because you don't have magic. Elite pro tips. Fuck up and then pretend that it was a strategy. Okay, we'll keep this guy a little bit out of range now. So we do have the triple cap. It's real early in the game, so it's going to be hard to like fully ride that. But you know, it's here. It's here now. We're enjoying it. We're enjoying the moment. Might work. We're gonna have to hold on a long ass time though. So basically, like, I think if he ever gets us off this point, we're dead at the moment that happens. Because we're so deep now in his spawn that the odds of us winning a long game, unless we actually just kill him. Oh, go ankle shanker, fucking let's go! Get him! Get him! Maybe the ankle shanker will kill Archie. That would be epic. That's like he's earned. That was the great plan. The Slan were talking about it the whole time, and they were like, oh god, oh god. Oh no, Archie is gonna kill the ankle shanker. It's not the great plan. The plan is shit. It's the shit plan. Alright. Well, at least he's hard to kill. It's all gone to shit. It started with the caster. We got in the hole from that, and our tiny brain has been making a successive series of mistakes right after. At least it's a close game. Like, he is actually going to have to push back in somehow here. Let's make sure we don't have anything stuck. Okay, that got stuck. See, that's why we do the spam clicking right there. And he's... The bull sees the red flag. We're rampaged, unfortunately. But our lord is fine. I think we have to shoot the knights instead. I'll pop that. It's going to be like really difficult to win this one if Archie stays up. Okay, we need to intercept here. Because we just don't have the resources to hang with him. But he's also not that low. Is like a big problem. Maybe it's time for Geltbloms. Oh, opponent is lagging. That's awkward. Probably leg switching, you know. He's like, I need a micro. Jokes. I don't think Rat Clan has many cheaters in the midst. I would really like to summon this Geltbloms, but I don't think we actually have the time. You know, we're actually, because we held on to his save point for so long, we're in a position here where we have a pretty good chance to just grind it out. I think I want I think I want Guild Daddy. I think I want it. No, no. Oh, it's so close. We have to summon this. The problem is by the time it gets in there, we're going to be in kind of a rough position. I wanted the Guild Daddy. We can't have the Guild Daddy. Because basically how this is going to go is like, we need to hold his point for as long as possible, and then we need to hold mid for as long as possible. And then we're going to be eating a bunch of skinks desperately onto our home point. And then if that all goes to plan, maybe we can win. And so, yeah, it's a good thing we summoned this just now. Because you see he's like going for our home point. He would be like actively pressuring that if we... If we hadn't summoned these. And now instead we're in position to like, you know, he needs to actually get Archie out of this blob or we're going to take him down. And he does, unfortunately. He goes for Spirit Leech, that's fine. So now it's just like, hold the points, hell or high water. Archie routing is pretty good news for us, actually. And this is like, you know, the home turf for Lizards. They are phenomenal at playing the late game because Lizards has a lot of really, really good, inexpensive cap point units. He hasn't actually captured his home point. That's fantastic. Oh, sick, the Slaughter Guard. So he was getting low on units and he sent out the Slaughter Guard, which is a really cool unit. But it's not going to do it here, I don't think. Because we're just going to body block. So Lizards, as I was saying, this is like very much comfort territory for Lizards. Because we can just summon like infinite cheap units. And these are not expendable. These are like fully featured fighting units. So they can walk onto points, hold points. He didn't get his home objective. I think we can do a little chat interaction. We're pretty far up. It's fine. Don't worry. Who needs a caster? I want you all to remember that.
One of your units has been destroyed.
Like, I'm tired of people with these boring meta strategies. Like, maybe no caster is correct. I said the skinks were going to snowball. No, we'll take a caster in the semis and finals. I want another crack at that boss toss Skaven real bad. This is also where we like attention lapse and lose. Okay, so he's got that. We can't do anything about that. We need to hold our home point. And if we can just hang on to his home point for a hot minute, we'll be in really good shape. So we send that in. We should actually pay attention because we're going to need to hold for like a little bit here. Oh god. I would love it if we get the hubris L, you know? We're like, oh, let's take our hands off the keyboard. Everything's good. We don't need a caster. Chat was wrong. Don't worry. It's all good. And then we just like are not able to hold on for 60 seconds and we die. I think it's fine. I think we're good. It's fine. It's fine. As we like wax poetic about like how good Lizards are at holding in the late game, and then we just like don't. maybe the keeper will be asleep and we can pick off Archie here. Oh, I love this game. It's fun. How's everybody doing? Yeah, exactly, Jake. We mathed it out. The math said this was fine, so we did it. Calculated. See, like, you know, he'll get a couple units in here, but it's not a problem. We have the cap weight, we have the Lizards. We'll win by, like, you know, a healthy margin of 15, 20 seconds. Ooh, get him! Fuck him up! Fuck him up! No! All right. The carry skinks. The carry skinks. Can they get him? Skinks versus Archaon the Everchosen. Let's go. All right, we got him, chat. Boom! No caster. I'm gonna take a caster next time. Walk. No caster. Whoops. Round 4. Man, that would have been a lot easier with the caster. Ooh, the flock would have got like against those skirms and horse masters. Easy 1800. We didn't need it. Okay, so our Feral Dread It got 460 value, but it also drew the entire attention of the whole walk roster for like a good 4 minutes. So that is like distraction carnifex in its essence. I think we got like a solid 1k of tanking value, and then that's what enabled all these other things to do, like trading up. Because if he's not like hard focusing that, he's like getting volleys on this and summoning stuff to chase them down. The cohort of Sotek did great, played a pivoted role. We didn't get to summon Gout Bloms, which is a bummer. I was pretty hyped about that. But yeah, worth. Okay, let's report the result. Get ready for semis. Remember to subscribe if you like that kind of content. It really means a lot. Just getting this channel started, hoping to do a lot more. Great to see you all here. It's coming from Turin Land. I don't know about you. When did you all start watching Turin? He's actually who got me into this game. I started watching his streams back in Warhammer 2 and was like, you know, honestly, this is kind of fun. And that got me into multiplayer, and I'm here now. Okay, so that was Warriors of Chaos. There should be like an alternative faction stat for, I forgot my caster. I want to know how often people win in that situation. Just got a micro a lot, and it's fine. Oh, we were the first ones done. That's actually kind of surprising. Huh. I don't understand how the Feral Dread did so little damage, honestly. I thought it was beating on Archie's legs for a little bit. I wonder if I'll misreport the score. I have done that a lot of times. I have admin because I host tournaments, so I can go fix it, but it's honestly kind of a pain in the ass. I don't want to do that. Luis, yeah, I like Campaign. I love Campaign. I don't like stream it or anything because Campaign is kind of my like chill downtime activity. I think my favorite campaigns are the Lizard campaigns. Dehenowin's a lot of fun. We do multiplayer campaigns over at RTK Land now and then. I haven't done one of those in a long time, but it's a pretty good time. It's not balanced, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. Oh, Warhammer 1, a fellow Tim and fan of Turin. That's a long time. When that was like, so I played Rome back in the day, but I didn't play Warhammer 1. That was like 7 years ago, 6 years ago, significantly pre-pandemic. Okay, so we got the big boy. I'm trying to figure out how we did so little damage. It's worth noting that like spending ammo is functionally value. You know, one of these horse masters without any ammo is worth a couple hundred. And if they all spend, you know, like half their ammo and all their time chasing the Feral Dread, then yeah, it's fine, you know. They're shooting that instead of something else like the Cold One Spear Riders. Oh, I see. Okay, so we got the pin on Archie. We rampaged. We walked our red crested over to unrampage. We probably could have positioned a little better, like put the red crested here. Then he's out of Spirit Leech range, but he's like on standby for the D-rampage. And I guess most of the Archie damage actually came from the Cold One Spears. These units are kind of jacked. Especially now that the Dark Elf ones got nerfed. Okay, so as soon as we can, we turn him around, we go for Archie. He dirtles a little, but then he scents blood. I think Archie was just successful in using his massive horse mass to get out. Yeah, 18. Oh, that was such a nice bombardment. He got double cab in that. If you're watching this, good job on that one, Tommy. That was okay. So he just didn't catch Archie. That's the problem. I see. PvP campaign. Yeah, we can try to stream one of those sometime. They take a while. They're usually played over like a bunch of sessions. So we would have to do it like Critical Role style. We might actually like... I think the way to do it would be to record all the footage and then go edit it in post. Because, like, I don't know if you want to watch what we do for 4 hours where we're like, hey, it's your turn. You should go. I'm going to go get some milk. See you guys. And you come back and you're like, oh, are you jerks still playing? I just kind of feel like the stream content would be a little on the slow side. But they're cool, and it's, like, interesting to see what people do in that and what, like, competitive players look like in a campaign. So we could probably, like, film it all and then distill it down. Just a couple months ago. Well, welcome, Jack, if that's how you say it. JQ, if that's how you say your name. It's a great game. I really love this game. My favorite thing about it is like the creativity of the building. So if there's any like campaign players in here kind of sitting on the fence, definitely just jump in and try out multiplayer. It's very accessible. The community's welcoming. You can show up on Turin's Discord and people will help you with builds and stuff. or go to RTK or Vermin League. There's lots of places where everybody's always happy to engage with new folks. And you kind of get like the small community vibe, you know, it's not like playing one of the big FPSs or like LOL where you're in this sea of humans. It's pretty tight-knit. Everybody's waiting and hoping that 40k happens. That would be sweet. Milk stream. Yeah, Tim, let me just get my gallon. Every time my lord dies, I have to, you know, take a 12 ounce of milk. And we do like a double header tournament day, and we're like, I don't think I can survive 2 gallons of milk, so we're really gonna need to play well. Yeah, Warhammer campaign is a lot of fun. I played a lot. I've got like, I think 3,500 hours or something, or 4K hours or whatever on this game, and a lot of it is campaign. I've been playing multiplayer more lately because there's like high replayability. You need a better comp, Gribble. Yeah. Show up on Turin's Discord and ask, or come to RTK Land and people will hook you up. Or just, I've been posting a lot of comps in all these videos, and I generally take stuff that's somewhere between good and experimental. So if you go find like your favorite faction, or you like post it in the comments, we can give you some builds. Oh, Dark Age, yeah, the football stuff. That's interesting. I got into this more for fun. You know, I like to play the game, and I started posting some videos because I wanted to share them with people. And so it's not the most important to me that we get like a ton of viewers. It's certainly fun if there's like a bunch of folks around like right now, and we can give you something you enjoy, but I'm playing because I like this game. So we've got shit SEO, but that's okay. Also, the videos of own goals are hilarious, so hopefully people trying to find us and then finding those instead can have a good time. Jeff, it's in my description. So like on the YouTube page, there's a link to the RTK Discord, and that was that was an alley-oop. That's a teammate. I'm calling you out. You're trying to get the people in there. Co-op campaign when people share armies. Yeah. That's a great way to do it. What we do is even against like the AIs, we'll have some of us play on the player's team, and some of us pilot the AI, and then usually you'll cut the human player a break and do like 3-on-1 or something. So you don't have like the maximum MLG micro AI. So the big boy basically was not able to catch Archie, and then he got shot to shit by the Soul of Damnation. So clearly our mistake was not bringing Geltbloms. Although I'll argue that eating, like half the ammo from the skirms and like several minutes of Soul of Damnation time, zoning Archie out of the fight, and then still getting some damage is actually like a fine trade. They're gonna kill something, you know. Let's see how we're doing on the tournament. Did the other rounds finish? I'm thirsty for that Skaven blood after the beating that we were delivered. Okay, they're still going. So we answered our question. We know what the big boy does in this game and why he got so little value. Archie's very hard to catch. I think if you want to kill him, you need to have some plan to finish him off, like a Spirit Leech effect, or maybe like the Lore of Dark bombardment. Because he's just like so sticky, and he's heavy, so he'll get to low health, and he has high leadership, so he'll just rally somewhere and go hide in the corner. And you need something that can chase him down. Oh, Carrot, yeah. Like mid-game. I don't know. Weeklies are like for fun, so we're practicing, but I've got a second to like look up a chat every now and then. The other thing is this game is like, there's points in the game where you need to be like really thinking hard about the strategy and the position of the micro. But it can often snowball, so like at that point, you're like hands off keyboard, whatever. Roll the face over it, like old school StarCraft 1A, 2A, 3A, 4T. You're cooking. The real question is, what do we do against Boss Toss's Skaven? So I don't think we can like go all in on countering what he brought against us, because Skaven is versatile and can do other things. So we need a reasonable plan for, it's not really like a full blob, but just like Gorich Packmaster. Something to fuck these units up. Is Gorich Fire Weak? I don't think he is. He's not that fast though. Let's see how this unit is. I think we can just Sally Pack these guys, and there's not a whole lot they can do about that. So we go like 2 Sally Packs, 2 of these to hold, drop in a Skaven. I'm curious if you guys think this will work. I think it's gonna work. We get a Brood Horror, We get Gorage, who's very cheap now. This Eviscerate is sick. So we can't just like dive on it with Cav, because he'll just pop Eviscerate and kill our Cav. He's very cheap base. 1450 is great for that price. That's a lot of stats. I think he had a Packmaster with the heal, actually. That makes more sense. Packmaster. So we wanna just do a quick test to see if we can hold him with these units and if the damage is effective. So put it on Glacier Lake, load it in. It was original StarCraft Brood War, yeah. Yeah, I played a lot of Brood War in the 90s. That was like a fun time. Going in for the custom map games, whole lot of like Diplo, doing a little bit of custom mapping myself, also just playing the regular old PvP. That was such an iconic game. I loved how snappy the feel of it was. You know, like you had these really fast, responsive units, and that was when you had players like all the Koreans, like Boxer, like the old school, doing these crazy things, like running Marines in circles around Lurkers, which were like a invisible AoE unit. Just really cool stuff. And I was a kid in the 90s, so, because I'm old. Although probably not compared to some of you. Total War players are kind of, oh yeah. Hold on, hold that thought. We have our solution, look at this shit. That was one volley. Oh, they're doing the new ranged unit thing where they decide that it's melee time instead. Lest I get too excited. Okay, so we gotta put them on guard mode. And just stand near and hope that they pick up the high threat unit, I think. Although I think we can target and have them not... Oh, no. Even on guard mode. Look at that. They're like, it's time to go in, boys. Okay, so that poses a little bit of a problem. So they absolutely just delete these units, but they also like have bloodlust for melee. Yeah, Jack. There's a lot of virtual boomers in the RTS community. I'm never sure. It's fun these days because it's like generational. You know, like Salisara is like a Chinese Zoomer. He's like probably the best player in recent memory. He just kind of came into the scene and crushed everybody and then went to play other games. Or Charix is like not the oldest. I don't want to give away people's details. But, and then you've got like the olds who have been playing since the first title. Yes, many ancient ones here on the stream. Welcome, ancient ones. Okay, we have our solution. We're gonna need to be like a little babysitty with the micro. I don't totally understand. So sometimes when you get into range, they decide that it's time to die and just like sprint into melee. And sometimes they decide that it's shooty time and they don't do that. And it's really not clear to me what exactly governs that behavior. So like right here, these guys had decided that was the thing to do. I think it might be if they're obstructed by their own units, they do it. Like this guy was trying to do it just there. I'll have to save this replay and send it to CA. And now they're derping. Oh yes, good. Beautiful. I mean, there couldn't possibly be anything for us to do here, like shoot that enemy unit that's gonna kill all our stuff. Maybe we should, instead of shooting it, run into melee against the melee specialist. Yes, good. Okay, we'll get him that way. Well, we have fire attacks, so if it was the other one, we get, a bonus. Maybe I just need pterodons. Oh boy. I'm still gonna take this. I think what I have to do is just like repeatedly micro it. And I probably cannot, I think the common thread I'm noticing is if they were gonna friendly fire, they go into melee instead. So I probably can't afford to go engage in melee. That's the issue. The other idea I have, let's make sure we're not holding up the bracket, is we can take Hand of God on Krokkar and probably like one-shot a Packmaster. Okay. I think we might actually be up for the semis. Boss Toss messaging me. Oh, nice. We get the rematch. Are we up, sir? LMSK rematch. Nice. It's battle time. We'll have to hold that Krokkar thought. Okay, what do we got map-wise here? Road to Talopine, Valley of Lies, Decrepit Moor. What is Valley of Lies? I don't know that map. Valley of Lies. Let's take a quick look and then go fight. All right, you guys gotta stretch your brains on how are we gonna beat Skaven with lizards. I think we need to be winning the front line and also have an answer to the SE blob and also have an answer to mass globes. And we probably can't beat all of those things. So we kind of have to choose what we lose to. I don't think boss will go for mass globes. I've never seen him do it, and I know he's not a Skaven main. And it requires like kind of a crazy amount of execution on positioning. Yeah, yeah, Max. When I play against you, they're just like locked in, destroy vampires, blah 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 blah. I think it's the friendly fire that triggers it. Like if you're Cav, I need more Doom wheels. Yeah, that's right. Hey Buffo, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome. We're just trying to play the semis here. Okay, this map. This is actually a pretty good build-up map because it's very wide, so you can get like a safe approach around the sides. So I think I like that one. So we've got, oh yeah, naturally Boss Toss Bandit. So we have Decrepit Moor, which is a pretty good defensive map. Or Road to Talabheim, which is like your classic fairly balanced map. I'm going to bring a Pterodon for his arty, because last time he didn't have anything for that. Decrepit Moor. Can you hover Decrepit? I'm just making sure that's the right map. So I think we can do something pretty similar, but just like reinforce better this time. This didn't really work for us. Maybe we just take no caster. Obviously, that's the play. OP no caster. So if we can get his arty, then we're cooking against his SEs. So the trick is like, just how do we get the arty? And I think the answer here is Glorious Pterodon. Just one. Pterodon's gonna run around the back, try to do a suicide mission. And maybe that works. And then we have to decide what lord we want. We could take a Metal Slan. Life Slan is very vulnerable against that SE blob. Like it's extremely likely that he just like kind of rolls over it and kills all our stuff. So that's a problem. Yeah, if you're here, Boss is not a stream sniper. Boss is legit. We don't need to worry about Boss stream sniping. What are we gonna do here? We could also fly a caster in on like a kill mission, like a Heaven's caster, and drop the vortex on it. That's pretty sketchy. We need a caster that he can't just catch is the problem. We could go for like this, but it doesn't have the good lore passive. We could go for like Slan Mage Priest Life and just do the conventional like big dirtily push. I don't hate that, to be honest. It's a little slow, but yeah, whatever. Or we could take the Booger Flinger. Hand of God. Very tempting. Grimlock. Too expensive. Yeah. I think I like Mr. Boogers here. Seems fine. So we go wide, and we've got our Sally packs. We've got a little bit more shooting than we had last time. So we can hang, because Boss has shown an inclination. And he really likes his triads. Tehenowin on Stegodon. Yeah, Tehenowin's legit. I think I prefer, like, because Skaven has such good arty and, like, anti-large unit tools, I think I prefer to go a little bit wider. And we want our anti-large cav too, but I think we also want to go for like some cheap early game stuff, because he's shown that he really likes the Doom flares. This is a little speculative. They're like not the best if he's not rocking flares, but I think it's fine. And then we want late stuff that hangs a little better with his Eshin triads, I think. Because he was really giving us a hard time with those. So our plan is basically to use this pair of Sally packs and our max Skink Skirms to contain the SE blob if he goes for that. And then we will try to just like beat him on raw efficiency elsewhere. And when he's spamming triads like that, we don't really want to load up on Crocs. So maybe what we do is we take one Feral Carny and we use that to be like a late game Pterosaurus and maybe a hunter of Gorich. Gorich is a pretty good duelist, but so is this, basically. He can rampage it, which is kind of awkward, but whatever. So we take that. That's enough cav, probably. And then just 2 of these. Yeah, I like this. We're like pretty wide. I need to run to the restroom for 20 seconds. Chat, think about if we need to make any changes to this build. I'll be right back. And then we will try to win. Okay, I figured it out. We're going light spam. This is fantastic. The he's got all those he's got all those Eshin units. Oh, this is gonna be sick. Here's some tech. I love this. I changed my mind. I have a better idea. Let's see what chat said first. Mr. Boogers is good. The flock nerfs hurt. Yeah. I agree with all of this. So, oh yeah, sure. Wife is yelling at me to close the door. The door is closed. We're gonna go light caster with exorcism, which is gonna give our whole army magic damage, which will just tear through those Eshin units. And we're gonna sit out of range with Shims and just cast it on stuff like his SEs. And it'll do like a heinous amount of damage if he goes for the SEs, and it'll be fine if he doesn't. And I don't think we even need another spell. Yeah, we can empty Whelm on this because it's on a 30-second cooldown, and the Slann is not short. So that'll work, hopefully. One may hope. Cool. And I guess we can start one more of these. Oh, I actually really like this. I think this is gonna be nuts. Okay, cut that. Cut that. Cut that. Cut that. Oh, we need to be summoning mobility here, so we can't quite afford to. I guess we don't need the Carney. Grab some milk. Yeah, he's gonna just run. We're like, we'll counter the SE blob with our fragile lord that moves at 34 move speed. Maybe we need net. Maybe we need net. Okay, fine. We'll take net. I'm a coward. I hate it, but I think we need net. Okay, so if he rushes our lord, then we'll net the things, and then we'll shoot them, and it'll be fine. This is a little bit less drunken. The previous one we were like high on the idea, you know, but it was maybe not a good idea is the issue. you gotta like, you know, experiment a little bit sometimes. It's not always good. Okay. This works. We got nearly a perfect spend. Good. Cut that. We maxed out skinks. Throw that in there. Maybe one Crux. Crux is not very good here. Maybe 2 of these. Yeah, okay. This is good. This will work. What could possibly go wrong? We have a caster. We have spells. We did not forget those. We have units. We have a terror source. All right. I think we're cooking. Wait a second. What's going on here? Oh, we need the map. Play the other one. Talibheim. Sorry, was talking to chat. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Crocs. I'll take the unit of Crocs, sure. They get fucked up by a lot of their. There's not really good target is the problem. Like their infantry is spears, and then late game they have rat ogres and triads, so they don't really catch anything and they don't really kill anything. So I like the idea, Jack, but I think in this specific instance it's probably not what we want. Okay, let's give this a shot. Hope it works. He was really heavy on the Eshin units last time. He might have adapted. I think the Lore of Light spell is actually pretty good. And the Slann has, like, you know, high utility generally. Yeah, the Crocs are okay. They're a fine unit. You kind of need the enemy army to have, like, good middle tier infantry for them to chew on, like Chaos Warriors and stuff. Just opening a window to cool it off a little bit in here. And in the Skaven case, there's just nothing for them really to fight. Like, what's your ideal scenario is the question to ask, and there isn't really like a good one. Oh boy, we've been so lazy. This mouse is like, I think it's like kind of low on charge. We can see what Razor thinks. 13%. It's fine. It's fine. We got 10 minutes. No problem. Add a little extra excitement. Will the mouse make it to the end? Okay, so on this map, we can do a nice pincer through the trees. So we like, these guys don't have woodsmen. Yeah, they don't. We can like go up the side. And if he's ballsy enough to stick night runners here at the start, good on him. But we're gonna actually let's play like slightly defensive with that in mind. And his army is about the same size it was last time, so I think he might be running it back. We've adapted a lot better, I think. We'll get one Saurus over here for the pincer. So we're gonna build up and move this up the flank. We need to be a little careful and not get stuck in against like his elite melee blob. And then this one, he'll probably box over there, so this one wants to stay like more on the side. And the Slann will hang out in the trees so that he doesn't know what we're up to. And I guess actually we can put another one over here. The tree, because we're not shooting that much, the tree flank wants to be the strong flank generally. Cool. Let's give it a shot. I think this idea can definitely work. Good to go. Saurus are okay. They got 3 attack buff last patch. So we'll see, you know. Oh, Dark Age, yeah. Oh yeah, you're on GC. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I gotta get through boss first, which realistically I'm probably not going to do because the matchup's quite bad. But I can try. I can try. All right. Boss says GLHF. Remember to subscribe, everybody. I love you all. Come back. It's great to have some folks in here to share these games with. I'm saying that now before we lose. Let's go. Boss is really good. Boss is one of my Sith apprentices. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So he went for what we thought he would. He has 12 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we should assume that there's a Natty Bubo's hanging out somewhere here. And it's fine if he gets some shots with that on the skink skirms. It's not fine if he gets some shots on expensive things. And what do we want to shoot here? Probably probably Gorge, actually. The Packmaster is vulnerable to fire damage. So we'll get out of the woods. But Gorge costs more. Yeah, we'll get the Gorge. He also doesn't have intrinsic regeneration. Hope that does some good damage. Not bad. We got one shot, about 20 ago. Entirely respectable. So we have to summon some cav here. And we're going to want to avoid the fight. Because basically we need to get Voltron together of like enough cav to effectively contain his flares. And enough shooting to deal with his SEs. And in this case, time is on our side. Because we're chilling here, lobbing shots at him. He's playing pretty heads up, though. He's getting these guys out of position for us to shoot them. What has he got over here? Some storm vermin. Interesting. Okay. That's not a bad matchup for our dudes. We'll see if boss tosses. I'm not doing an overcast because we're in position for him to dodge. He's doing a line of sight on this little tree. It's a nice micro tactic. But now we're through the tree, I think. Yeah, I think that's just barely not obstructed. Oh, he's got a bubo on us. That's a problem. Okay, so these need to back up. We'll take the fight out here. That was good. That was good. Is he healing? Is this healing? I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not. It heals in melee, I think. So this is actually good. We're getting poke advantage, and it's fine if he does like a little bit of poke on the Slan. We don't particularly mind. I don't want to summon the second one of these just yet. And we'd really like to get our vortex off. I wish I knew where the bubo was. Does he have? He doesn't have. Okay, cool. So we can fly these up the side. And get some nice damage off. I hope this doesn't hit the tree. Watch this. This is sick. Oh, he's bringing out lots of halberds. Oh, where's the fucking bubo? He's shooting this somehow? Man. It's a goddamn sniper. Where is he? I don't see him. Is he like over here somewhere? It doesn't have that much range, so we should have... What was he hitting us with? Jesus Christ. There's a bubo in here somewhere. Where's the bubo? Where's the bubo? Where is it? Where's the bubo? I'm actually going insane right now. I can't find it. God damn it. Oh, that's a lot of storm vermin. Those are a fabulous target. Okay, so we're going to put all of these on one hotkey. Put these on these two hotkeys. Because they're expensive and we want to micro them. Okay, so there's a natty bubo in here somewhere, God knows where. But our life slan is doing its job and getting plenty of good poke in. And he's summoning lots of doom flares. So last time, you know, he had the poke advantage and we had to react to him. But this time, we made sure to take a significant amount of our own poke. And so we're not actually really under any impetus to move forward. Damn it, where is the natty bubo? How is he doing that? Chat, look up its move speed. Is he like microing it when I walk in? Where's the damn natty bubo? You see that? It should have appeared. I'm like slowly going insane over here. There's a bubo. I swear. It sounds like someone who's like losing their grip. Oh, we get a shot up on Gorich. Where's the bubo? Where's the bubo? Where is it? He's sniping our lord out, but I don't really care. We actually want that instead of our other stuff. He is gonna give us some trouble here. Oh my god, where's the fucking bubo? I like legit don't understand how it hasn't been revealed yet. Like, I guess we have to get in stock range. I think I'm going to try to summon the Carnosaur, actually. Because Pterosauruses are, like, very strong against Skaven. They don't have the best leadership. We can also, you know, we've been waiting a while. I think it's time to collapse. The reason we're doing this now is I really want to catch that damn Bubo. Oh, there he is. All right. So he just had him in like a good central location. I see. Shoot the Gorich. Run this out of range because it's low. I guess we can get this one back up here. Run these out. Can we get this off? Probably. Maybe. And this is tying up Night Runners, so that's acceptable. Here's the thing we were talking about earlier where, depending on where we position these things... Oh god, it's going really bad for us. Alright, focus. Those intersect there. This is like the mother of all targets for his dreaded 13th. Get that out of there. Run those after that to screen. Try to shoot the Gorich. And we want to, if we can get these guys stuck in, we would like to get a banish off. Okay, that'll do. Land that over there. Run this back. We're going to summon Geltblums. Or not Geltblums, just the regular T-Rex. Get those out of there. Go land those there. No, it's not going to work. Run this back. Shoot that. Charge there. Get this out of there. Go fight in melee. Run that away. Distract. This is actually fine if he wants to run all these elites into the corner, because we'll be able to pretty substantially deal with the rest of his position while that's going on. We got a big cast off over there. Shield. We need to get these free, I think. And be a little careful with our Lord, but not too careful, because that's how you lose. Get those out. Run that in. Run that away. This is actually a problem if he catches these. We need to remember to micro the backfield. Slow those down. Run that over there. Run that in there. Go chase. Teeth breakers, Jesus. He's bringing out the whole super team. Run this back. Take those out. Try to route those. And we're looking like we're going to get into a game state where resummoning may be required, so we should be looking for opportunities to unsummon right now. And we want to get a bomb off because we haven't bombed yet. Do that. Run those over there. Get our Lord to safety, ideally. Okay, we routed those off. Routing that off. Good. Run these guys out here. We need to intercept. He will kill our Lord. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. We got out. Fight over there. Get these guys up. Go kill that. This one looks like it needs an unsummon. We would like to take this point if he allows us to. And we're out of WOM. Oops, misclick. Shit. Oh well. Okay, these need to get out. He just dropped a Dreaded. Unsummon this. Just summon anything. If we can get this cap, that might be enough to carry. We're gonna run into the issue again where he's got like a better late game blob than us. So we really need to take this out. Here's the moment of truth. Is it gonna int? Do we have the inting? Or do we have the hero? I'll get these guys back. Run those over there. Unsummon this. We are, for the time being, ahead on points. But this is a tenuous state of affairs. On average, our reinforcements are better than his, but he has the advantage of the big, scary terror ball. And we really like some cav. We would really, really like some cav. Okay, I think we're taking out Gorich. That's good. Send the terror guy back. He got kind of wrecked by their murder squad. We need Gorich not to rally. Send everything in. That was a pretty tight late game. I think we need a cav summon probably. These guys are low. Let's unsummon them. This will be in range, so we don't need to like force it prematurely. Summon that. Send it. The Slan can go contest a point. Oh, get in there. Get in there, Terror. The Terror might carry for us late. I don't think he has any WOM left. We do need to get some kind of counter summon over here. This is getting sniped. That's unfortunate. Okay, sick. Terror ball.
You have the foe's victory.
Send these in. So we've got a 2-cap right now. I'm going to send the shit mid, because I think I can overload mid. And then we need to recap our save point, I think. Try to kill that. We're not quite at the point of the game where we have to summon for negative value.
The enemy has captured one of your victory points.
Just walk our caster on point. Send this in. You go get that back. Okay, we've got the 2-cap still. That's good. Where did our... Oh, we lost the Carno. Shit. Oh, he's over here. Okay, fuck it. Just go route stuff there. And this is a position Skaven can definitely tolerate, or Lizards can definitely tolerate. We get to summon the Lizard Hordes. So we're still in 2-cap position for the time being. And I think what we want to do is go all in on taking back this save point. Because he's going to be able to get reinforcements better to that far point. So what we need to do is hold down center and left for a little bit, and then if he's able to capture either of those, the cap on the save point will carry us out to win the end game. And I think we end up like kind of having our cake and eating it here. But we're gonna do that in that he like just doesn't cap back. But man, what a close game. How did this do? Not great, but it came in and routed everything off the point at just like the key point in time. Okay, so we've got the cap back on that, and that's pretty much all she wrote. He's not going to be able to recap our save point, and he's in a position where he would otherwise need to 3-cap to win the game. All right, chat. Whew. Everybody, do your carpal tunnel exercises.
I knew it.
Loosen up those wrists. It's good for healthy gamers. Whew. All right. That was a hell of a replay. It's getting hot in here. It's summer in this part of the world, and this GPU is cooking the room. So we're on to the finals. We got our vengeance for the Skaven loss. The Saurus kind of shitted, but they were still alive at the end, I guess. And our Cav was a standout. The Cav did well. We probably, the Gelt, I think this would have been better as like a 650 Pterosaurus, just summoned earlier to get to the point. And our Sally Pack plan actually kind of worked. Nice. Cool. Trying to find the Bubo is like... I need to go look at where he was hiding that thing. That was like hide and go seek. I don't understand how... he must have... I got to talk to him about this. He must have figured out like the detection spacing and just got it really down. Because he was doing a pretty good job at like getting uptime on the firing and then also not getting found. It's going to be really funny if we look at the replay and he was just like fully stationary and we just, didn't go to the right place. I wonder if there's like, do we have any geometry people in the chat? You might be able to like triangulate it or something. You look at like the radius that's implied by different targets it shoots. if you could get the animation clear enough, and then you can like triangulate the location of Natty. I might do like a video on that if I can figure it out. That sounds like a fun hobby project to try to figure out. Natty triangulation. Yeah, Jack. I agree about campaign Skaven. The AI Resolver absolutely loves warp fire throwers too. So if you do like the Queek campaign, he can get them really early, and that can help. They're also just kind of good units. Okay, let's see. Who are we fighting in the finals? Whew. Bracket. Oh, no, that's not the right tournament. That's the one we lost earlier. Tournaments. What do we got here? Top 4. The date is 7/9. Ooh, we're playing Dark Age Rush on Grand Cathay, the worst faction. You love to see it. So Boss had Skaven. He beat his Skaven. We had Lizards. Lizards won. On to the finals. All right, guys, what do we do against Cathay? Nobody plays Cathay. So I'm like, I play some Cathay. But they're very difficult to predict for this reason. Itza, Creeping Swamp, Jade Tomb. Yeah, Dark Age is a great player. We're going to... Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take this, plug it in. Yeah, well, we think we're going to get a little juice on this battery so we don't die mid-event. Itza, Creeping Swamp, Jade Tomb. Okay. Let's talk to Mr. Dark Age. Hello, sir. He says, I hope you're tired. I am tired as fuck. Okay, chat, think about how we beat Cathay. I'm going to turn on the AC for a sec, get water. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. All right. What do we do? Did you guys figure it out for me? I need those genius Stegodon rush. Zeeskinder. Stegodon rush. I don't know, man. Those big boys tend to get shot. Yeah, they got they got a lot of buffs. The longbows are better. Their front line is better. Okay, who picks the band first? I do. So we're going to be meleeing him, I'm quite certain. Jade Tomb is not the best for that, so we'll ban Jade Tomb. Itza isn't either. Itza is worse, probably, actually. Well, Itza we can get a big surround. I will ban Jade Tomb. Yeah, that sounds right. I think we're going to do a build-up. I think that's going to work. Join his lobby. We're going to do a big salon build-up. And we're going to go in there and we're going to get him. That does mean we need to contain his defensive position somehow. Let's see what he takes. I think Saurus probably beat Jade Warriors now. Although I was unimpressed with their performance in that last game, if we're being completely honest. Boxigors are buffed, yeah. Yeah, the Sacred Croxigors, definitely better than they used to be. Flock can do really well against GC. So can big monsters sometimes. It's pretty hard to dive their backline, though, on Dom, because they can just, like, protect it. We do just absolutely destroy their cav. So that's one thing we've got going for us. We need something to punch a hole through the front line. Because I don't think what we can do is walk up with Saurus and just have him shoot us. So that's a problem. Creeping Swamp. We're playing Creeping Swamp. I don't think... I wonder if there's aquatic on this. I think there's not, actually. That would be sweet if there was. Okay. Let's see. Take this guy. Great Wiccan Skinks don't actually beat their frontline, is the problem. Jade Warriors, like they should, but they're really understated. So what we're trying to do against Jade Warriors probably is just grind them down with Saurus, which sucks, but here we are. And we'll contest early with these. Maybe one Feral Basti. And then I think we're basically just like building up and rushing. The cohort of Sotek is good. This unit's very good, but the regulars are too understated. I've found them to be kind of weak, at least. So we get some Basties. We could also take Dehenowin and try to roll in there with the big boy. That's interesting. Give him the space laser. I happen to know Dark Age has very good micro, though, and he's probably not going to let us space laser him. Ripper Rush, says Bob. Works every time. Bob, you wouldn't leave me wrong, would you? How do we... I think some Croxigar are actually pretty reasonable here. They do well into their cav, and they give us some mass, and they give the frontline fear. They do get fucked up by cannons, so we don't want to go like too deep on them. But we can definitely afford a couple Croxies. Yeah, that seems like kind of decent. So we're just going to build up and go get him. I guess Life Salon would be the other option. We can go chill in the bushes and cast Awakening on his ranged units. That's not terrible. But I think GC is going to need to go into a Cav Dog pile late, and this thing is just going to like clean house. Depending on what he takes also, I think this is another opportunity for a split caster. Because this is going to be crazy if he ends up like on a slightly more flying heavy build. So we'll just take both and we'll see what he brings. And then we'll summon the one that is better against whatever it is he's running, I think. Okay, so we got some Box. We got some Croxigors. We got one Pterosaurus, which is enough. I don't really want a hard build up. So I'm not going to take more Saurus and reinforcement. So we need just a couple more units. Maybe we do hard build up. Yeah, fuck it, sure. Yeah, let's give this a try. I guess we could probably cut this, because it probably will die at some point. And then work in, like, get the spend. This is like the plague of my existence, is like trying to figure out perfect spend. It's like, oh, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's all bad. Oh no. Oh no. I don't want the red crested. I don't want it. We can't take it. Okay, fine. We won't keep everybody waiting. Let's call this good enough. I would really actually like... this is the finals, Tim. This is the grand finals. So my opponent has made it all the way up the bracket. So if I... Whoever wins here takes home the marbles for this one. I would kind of like... one Ripper. Rippers are powerful. Or just some cold ones. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Hope it works. Send it. Oh, did we... Okay, we have 2 casters. We remember how bad no caster was, so we have corrected our error by taking 2. I think that's how this works. And if and when we lose, you will know, you will be able to go to sleep tonight knowing that no caster is better than 2 caster. So that's the kind of things that you can tune in to learn here. I think it'll be okay. This is a pretty decent matchup, I'm pretty sure. I haven't played it, which is why I'm uncertain. I fear. Dark Age is another of my apprentices over in the RTK dungeons, and he's improved immeasurably. He's like a port over from other RTSs. It's really good at RTSs. But I think we'll probably get the better of it this time. The skinks are not great in the early game against their armored stuff. Late game, they're really, really good. They can like dogpile cav and kite out peasants in their halberds and stuff. I didn't take a Sally pack, even though I love that unit, because they have flying mobility. And so the concern is just that, you know, like you like take this really squishy, expensive ranged kite piece and they just drop something on it and you die. He's got 11 units, which is a little bit concerning. That's a very low number of units. So he might be like on... He might be on balloons. He might be on like multiple terracottas. Or he might be on mass cav, like the Anticity bullshit. So we need to be ready, if he's on mass cav, to just like eat this shit backwards immediately. Okay, here we go. Cathay's actually a little scary, even though I think they're not great. There's like really a very large number of things he could be up to right now. Okay, here we go. Jelly Jeff. And we can't do build up if he has something really good to poke us. Okay, holy shit. Okay, what do we got? We have a lot of arty, Jesus. He has 2 cannons. Okay, well. There we go. We just won the tournament. You see this, chat? This is like the Ultra Pro, Super Elite, Mega Micro Tactic. Your opponent has taken 3 artillery pieces. What do? Don't run at them, okay? Because here's the situation. Like, this is an incredible amount of gold that is doing absolutely stone nothing. Making a point aside, I actually should go take this point with like an SE like my lord. But none of these are going to do anything whatsoever. And so he also has an expensive lord. What's he got on this? Net. So he's got another caster. There's like a final trans caster or something. There's no way his only spell is net. So literally all we have to do is not give them a good target for their arty. Save up a whole bunch of units. And then go beat their face in. And ideally, you know, we want to summon the stuff in priority order that's like somewhat hard for them to already shoot on the approach. So, you know, we'll bring out most of our infantry and then we'll save up a little bit of gold. But like his box is so slow here that we also should space out so that rocket doesn't get multiple hits on anything. And then we're going to do the thing where we need to time our approach so that stuff comes in at about the same time. And all we really need to do is like take up a lot of space, summon up our build-up units, you know, hide the caster selection until it's too late. Keep the Skinky Boy away from his Assassin Lord. Those are Jade Lancers, not Flyers. Good. And I just don't think he's going to have the gas, you know? He's going to have to walk this artillery up so far. I'm happy. I'm happy. There's literally no way we could lose. It's over. It's in the bag. There's a 0% chance of defeat. Nothing could curse this. It's an actual automatic win. We're gonna lose now. So kind of like in American football, for build-up you want to like set up the play ahead of time. So you're doing like a little bit of calculus on like, you know, where are the threats, where are the answers. With the exception of the Jade Lancers or the Jade Warriors, our units are more efficient than his units at basically every point on the curve. And so we're pretty excited to wait and summon them all because that reduces the variance and the ability that the cannon can get us. Yeah, Tim, that is me. I'm that former artist. I switched my name because I was losing so many championships and I thought it was funny to have my username represent that. I'm also just trying to make it like slightly harder to dox me. Marginally harder. Not sure that's actually working. Okay, so we take the Waddlesaurus. Get him out there. And we need to start getting the Saurus clubs a little closer to his formation because they're going to be the weak link in the rushing chain. Because he hasn't opted to take this top point, we have basically infinite time. Like there's no onus on us to move forward. And I think we're actually gonna take our sweet time here because we want to summon our caster after we start the rush. And he doesn't have ranged infantry really. So there's not like, okay, now we're in range. So we're gonna start moving out the infantry targets, and the mobility and mass is gonna try to stay out of cannon range as long as possible. And we'll summon one more of these. Actually, we probably need to start moving our skink up. He's not going to be able to readjust his formation that well here. So now we can move in the mass. The risk when you approach like too aggressively with just the infantry is that they like are able to kill just the infantry with their cav, which is always kind of scary. So the Celestial Dragon Guard are our priority for our ranged units. And we want to be able to get some skinks around in the backline if possible. Summon that. We might actually still lose after all that shit talking. Okay, now the mass can move in because the cannons are saturated on targets. We'll walk away from Yonbo. He's kind of shitty and slow. We don't actually want to fight Jade Warriors with anything but Saurus if we can avoid it. He's just gonna walk up and kill this. That'd be so fucking funny. I don't think he can. Yeah, he's about to get away. And then we can start going through onto the back line. We don't actually want to overcommit there. And we'd like to get some big flocks off. We need him to commit his cavalry. We can probably get through that gap. That's going to be big enough. Summon here. And if we take out his cav, then our units can kind of just run roughshod over the remaining stuff. So that's going to be a priority. He's actually doing a really nice job here at like protecting the inside. So we're not able to really get through, which is going to prove to be an issue. We really, really, really want to get on these cannon backline. But he's not making that easy, which is nice play from him. He's very, very far ahead on value. But that is kind of how GC works, you know, like they kick ass on the initial pre-engage motion, and then you get through and they have like the mass routathon. We need to get this out of there. We're looking for him to do a cav dive and kind of like blob up on us, and then we cast like a really big, potentially game-winning flock. This is where that would happen, like back here. So he has a rust caster. That's good to know. Pop that. Kill these. Come on, dive, dive, dive. Give us the dive, baby. I want the dive. Oh, here he comes. He's blobbing up. He's blobbing up. Oh, good enough. We'll take that. Okay, so in these kinds of situations, we're pretty likely to get far behind on value. And so we want to, if at all possible, get a points lead so that we can ride that out, which means we need to take these points. I hope this comes off cooldown and we get another like really big cast here. We got, okay, we'll go back with that. The center not holding is of concern. Come on, get off cooldown. He's netted our caster, interesting. Yeah, he's definitely aware of the risk. Once we plow through the GC first wave, they just don't reinforce as well as we do. Yeah, we'll take this here. Overcast. You get in there. Although the Artie coming back and carrying is like a real concern here. As is this center, actually. And we're gonna, because we built up for so long, we're probably gonna need to start on summoning pretty soon. Let's intercept that. Okay, good, we took those out. We need to get some rear charges or something going against these CDCs here, because they will grind out our center formation eventually. And we do, very awkwardly, we need to do a backline dive, which we hate to do. But he has enough presence around these artillery pieces that there's no other option. He killed our caster, or he routed it, I guess. Run those over there. Did he get the caster? Yeah, he did. So, conveniently, we got another one ready to go. What's better than 0 casters? 2 casters. And actually, the timing of this is going to work out reasonably well for us because at this stage in the game, he's going to be summoning a lot of birds. And this will just absolutely fuck up the birds. It's also actually pretty good into the CDC if he doesn't see it coming. The bombardment will do like big damage. Okay. So I think the cannons are routed to our satisfaction. This doesn't want to be there. Can we get... Yeah, watch this. Bzzzt. Hopefully he doesn't see that. Yeah, big hits. Maybe we can get a terror out here. These guys don't have ITP, do they? Oh, no, they do. Shit. Well, maybe we can still get a route. Bzzzt. This also just dumpsters the crows. Because we put the lore passes on them, so they get slowed and they're... their defense also is temporarily crushed. Okay, we got the 3 cap on him. This is good. This is good. This is kind of what I'm talking about when I say the GC late game can tend to struggle. Because like now he needs to keep summoning heavy cav. And he doesn't really have heavy cav that can hang with our heavy cav. But we are definitely susceptible to getting valued out because we started out pretty far in the hole. And we're going to just basically ignore his lord. Like, if it wants to kill stuff, it can kill stuff. That's just how this is going to work. And from here on out, it's basically summoning anti-large cav until the cows come home. The cows being, hopefully, a tournament win. And is that CDC? Those are Jade Warriors, okay. Or CDC? Celestial Dragon, not crossbows. Celestial Dragon, other stuff. And I don't think we really want like a big blob fight if we can avoid it. We might not be able to avoid it because I think this is a situation where we're going to need to get some 3-cap time to win the game. Once they've seen a couple instances of oh god. You doing the thing, it becomes less effective. Let's see if he's paying attention. You can, so if they dodge, you can, I'm actually just gonna focus. Oh, shit. You can be bad. Buff that. Okay, so he's definitely gonna win the value fight. There's no way we can stop that, I think. So we're gonna do the Skink Swarm. Engage Swarm mode. So essentially we need to just like hold them off for as long as humanly possible here.
The enemy has captured one of your victory points.
Can't avoid that. And I think we'll probably be able to hold. Little TBD. Send the Lord in there. He's sending Cav, so we need some Cav. Hold. We'll get that out because we don't really want to fight the Jade Warrior Helbs. And we want the anti-large Cav because we know for a fact he's going to be summoning a bunch of Cav. And I think if we can hold center here, we're probably golden. I'd like to unsummon this caster. But I don't think I actually can because we're at the point in the game where I need like every ounce of cap weight I can get. And we'll threaten the back here a little bit. And just so he doesn't get like a peasant horse in here to get the coup for the game end. Here, we're going to run this away from his lord. We're going to run... there's the peasant horse that we were speaking of. Speak of the devil. So now we don't actually need to hold center, although I think we can hang on to it. We just need to hold top, which means value is no longer a concern. We're basically just getting anything that resembles capture weight onto this top point. And in this case, we don't have any ferals, so that means skink skirmishers, which are not going to perform in this game state, but they don't need to because they just need to body block. I don't think he's even going to get mid back, actually. Nice. All right, all right. Nothing wrong with that. You'd love to see it. Nice tournament win with the Lizards. GC, Dark Age, Rush, Finals. Whew. Sweet. That was a good way to end the day. I was really nervous, chat. Cool, cool. The Saurus did really well, actually. That 3 attack buff on the last patch seems like it actually gave them some meaningful lift. Cool, cool. Pretty good damage. None of his stuff really did great, except for the Fire Rains. The Rar cohort of Sotek crushed. Both casters worked out. Nice. I love they kill one caster and you send the other one in. It's kind of like a fun Dom thing. Our Cav did all right. That was just a Plague of Rust caster. His Celestial Dragon stuff didn't do the best. Acceptable. And then his Mobility Core did okay, except for the Crows. What do you think, chat? That was a fun tournament. Thank you all for joining me for this. I had a good time. Great to share it with some folks. If you like this kind of content, remember to subscribe, tune in and do some more channels. I'm going to experiment with the format, so let me know what you like. I'll do some live streaming, I'll do some commentary. It's definitely harder to give you like high quality insight in this kind of a setting because you need to like lock in on the game state. But it's also kind of fun, you know, it's more exciting. And yeah, that's really all I've got to say. Thanks everybody, have a good night. Talk to you all soon. Later, nerds.